Yeah, man. Respect, viewers. It's your boy, Tom Arthur, aka Stuart Whitehead, aka Not a Grandma, aka A Real Man, aka Not a Coward, aka The Fucking Real Deal. Yeah. What this hangout's about, basically, it's about on the road to recovery, right? Now, I've had one of them weeks, yeah, where I guess, if anything, this last week could have been the week where, I could have used that as my excuse, if you like, to fall off the wagon, to undo all that positive hard work I've put in over these last few months. I could have undone all that, all because of a certain thing, but thank God, for the grace of God, I just keep strong, like nothing can knock me off these rails. I'm on this track and nothing, and I mean nothing can knock me off this track, nothing. I want to say thank you to everybody, everybody who's kind words, positive stuff, thank you, and that's from the bottom of my heart, thank you, you don't know how much it helps a person, just by being positive, etc. It helps that person. So think of it like this: when you help a person, you get that help back in life. So don't stop helping people. Don't stop shining. Don't stop shining a light, man. Don't stop being the light. If you can't find a decent person, be one. It's fucking simple, man. It's that simple. Like two fucking wrongs will never make a right, will it? So if someone does you bad or someone's a certain way towards you, then that's for them to worry about, innit? You don't take their problems on your shoulders. Like, their problems are their problems. If somebody can't be honest, they can't be faithful, they can't be whatever, then that's their shit. Don't you then take that on your shoulders and you deal with it like it's your problem, because it's not your problem. It's like, I've been going through so much in my life. I've had so much shit on, so many problems. But you know what? I sit here today and I'm fucking clean, and I've stopped cleaning. I got tested the other day at my local drugs place, and there we go. There we go. Read it, man. Fucking read it. That's me. In the back of my mind, I've got my little girl, so I've got to stop clean. Not just, for that, for everything, man, for life, innit? Enjoy life again, just to wake up in the morning and know that, I'm not going to be chasing that shit today. I'm not going to be chasing no dragons around today, No dragons were armed in the making of this film. But, on a more serious note, always trust your gut instincts, like your body's telling you things all the time, but what happens is we choose to ignore ourselves, we choose to ignore our gut instincts because we want to see the good in other people. Yeah, we want to see the best in them. So, we sort of cancel our own gut feelings out because we want to see the best in other people, and it can cost you. It can come at a huge cost by overriding your own gut feelings. If your body's telling you something, it's telling you that for a reason. Don't just dismiss it. Don't just override it. Don't just you're thinking what you're thinking for a reason, you know, and 9 times out of 10 you're usually fucking right, you know. It's forgive me for swearing, you know, like I look back at some hangouts and I'm swearing a lot, and forgive me, I don't mean to swear, I don't like swearing, you know, but I've got to swear this once, yeah, and I've got to say it, you know, like to all you motherfuckers out there, yeah, who tried to pull me down, you tried to break me, you tried to, you know what, thank you, fucking thank you, because I'm here today, stronger than I was yesterday. Now, I was stronger yesterday than I was the day before. Every day I just keep getting stronger. It's like, thanks, whoever it is, Lord, fucking Flash Gordon, whoever it fucking is, thank you. Because whatever it is, whoever it is, they've given me the strength. And I'm one of them, I always face things head on. I won't skip around and hide and lie about things. I like to face things head on. So I don't have to sit here feeling guilty about anything because I've been straight up. You know, I ain't shortchanged nobody. You know, I ain't slipped nobody no money under the table. You know, everything's above the table with me and everything's straight. You know, so when I have to start bending fucking what I'm saying, and if someone expects me to start lying in this life, I can't live like that. You know, I'm too fucking honest. I'm too straight up. You know, and I swear to God, man, like my honesty scares some people because they can never be like me. They can never be like I am. Never. Because of how they are, you know, it's some people have got morals, some people haven't. Some people have never been on drugs and got morals. You know, it's nothing to do with drugs. Like, yeah, granted, when people get bad on heroin, etc., crack, yeah, they lose the morals, you know, and they steal off people, etc. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that some people who've never even took drugs and have got no morals. So, you know, let's never judge a book by its cover, as they say, you know. It's a good saying, you know, like, all I'm saying is, to anybody out there, yeah, to anybody who's struggling and they're having an hard go of things at the minute, and they're struggling with any kind of substance abuse, whether it be alcohol or drugs, etc., don't give up hope, you know, don't think that's it, you're done, because you know, you're never done till you're dead. So, you know, like, one positive thought in the morning, one positive thought in the afternoon, one positive thought will start a chain reaction of other positive thoughts, and then slowly you'll draw positive to you, because all you'll be giving out is positive, and you'll attract positive. So don't just sit there and be negative and down and doom and gloom and you know, oh, I can't change, I can't. If you're upbeat and you allow that tiny possibility of something positive happening, then at least you've allowed for that to happen, haven't you? Now, if you just sit there and be negative and everything's shit and everything, you're not even allowing the chance for a positive. So you've got to at least allow, you know, space for positive things to happen, and don't just sit there, like sit here and think it's going to come to you. You've got to go out there and find, you know, and make it happen, make positive happen. You know, it don't just come to your door and tap on your door. So to anybody who's going through any shit, etc., I am the proof. This is the proof. You can overcome it. You know, you can overcome your demons. You're not trapped forever. You know, every single person out there has got a problem. You know, we've all got problems. You know, it's like, it's how you deal with it. Everybody's different. Everybody deals with their stuff different. I chose, you know, to deal with my problems however I dealt with them. I chose the wrong thing to deal with them problems, and then, you know, I suffered all them years for choosing what I chose to do. But you know what? It's made me who I am today. So, you know, if I could go back, yeah, I would go back, and I'd carry on doing what I was doing, and I'd bypass some of the things what I did, you know, drug-wise, etc. But you know what? It happened, and I can never go back, so I can't change anything. The only way I'm going is forwards. So I look forwards, and I focus forwards, and that's it. I can't change yesterday. I can't change the day before that. I can change today. I can change tomorrow. I can change the next day. I can't go back. So thumbs up, you know, everybody who's been, you know, real, everybody who's been honest, everybody who's, you know, been proper, because you don't find, let's be right here, you don't find proper anymore, you know, like, you don't find real out there. It's the fucking world's full of fakes, man. It's full of people who lie. It's full of people who just can't, you know, you can't even lie straight in fucking bed, these people, you know, they'll try and look you square in the foot. Well, they can't even look you in the eye, but they try and look you in the eye and tell you a load of bullshit, like, fucking Jesus, you know. Forgive me swearing, like I said, it's quite funny, like someone commented on my video saying, you're nothing but a fucking wanker. You can't even fucking stop fucking swearing on your fucking video, you fucking wanker. Like, I thought, oh, all right. Every word was a swear word what he said, like, I think it's a fake account anyway. I wonder who it is. But yeah, road to recovery, you know, it's, oh God, man, you can use any excuse, yeah, to mess up all your hard work. You know, your hamster's just died, or, you know, your guinea pigs run off, or, you know, any excuse just to pick that foil up or pick that spoon up and kill that pain, numb that pain like what you used to doing. But trust me, the pain of the guilt is worse than the pain of the guilt of using. So just remember that. The pain of that guilt because you were too weak, because you failed, because you didn't win that battle, then that's on your shoulders. You know, don't look to me for that. Like I'm too busy trying to be strong for me, you know, my daughter, etc. Like, you know, I'm all out of strength to give out to anybody else. You know, I've tried my best. I did my bit, you know, like, I'm one of them. I'll fight for what I believe in. I'll stand up and I'll fight, you know. But I can't fight for nothing. There's got to be a reason why I'm fighting, you know. Like, I'm not going to fight for nothing. So, you know, but there's always a reason, isn't there, for us to fight. We've got to keep fighting, aren't we? Every day we're fighting. We're all fighting our separate battles, aren't we? You know, and we're every one of us, we're all unique. We've all got our problems. We're all, you know, and I salute you, man. All you people out there, you know, you've had problems, etc., but then, you know, you've overcome it, and, you know, it's doable. You know, it's doable. Never put yourself down. Never mark yourself down. You know, like, you're more powerful than what you could dare to believe, and you're more intelligent than you could dare to believe. So don't mark yourself down. You know, don't believe you're only this brainy, because that's what school said. Like, and another thing, it's all about your intentions. It's all about how you intend things. Like, if you're a devious person and your intentions are bad, then, you know, you'll get this back. You'll get that energy back in life. So if your intentions are good, you know, and you're full of good intent, then you'll get that back. You know, that's how it works. That's how this fucking energy thing works. Now, take that advice as you will. You know, I'm just a crazy person, right? I'm just fucking nuts, you know. I watched a good video earlier. Let me pull it up and tell you what it's. Tell you what it's called. Uh, Alright, Pauline Parrot, how you going, man? Cool. 2 seconds, people. I'm just no problems, Beck, man. No problem. Yeah, yeah. Wait, man. I'll send you a link. Yeah, Ian. A link there, bro. Yeah, man. Just you know, don't like listen to people when they're saying hurtful things, and you know, you've got to ask yourself why are they trying to be hurtful? Why are they trying to pull you down? There must be a reason, right? Like, people don't just walk around town centre, do they, singling people out and you know that. There's always a reason. You'll find a lot of time these reasons, you know, like jealousy, things like that, you know, petty shit, man, what you don't even need to worry about. So heads up, man, you know, keep your head up. Try and keep smiling, try and keep positive, and you will attract positive, you know. Trust me, it works. You got that link, yeah? I know it's live, but like I'm trying to say earlier, bro, you know, like, I've got no to fucking hide me. It's the good thing about me. These are a good deal, these, you know. Tiger, 4.8, and you get 3 for a 5, that's a good deal, isn't it? Rawr, brings out the tiger in me. Yeah, you know, like, I've been to this place today that I have to go once a week. It's called the work program. I'm looking at loads of different stuff, what I can get into to get back to work, and it's exciting, man. You know, it's like, before I used to dread it, you know, oh no, I can't do that, like, I was in pain and all that, and now I'm looking forward to all that stuff. And she's actually said, like, she said, I've been using you as like an example, like, to other people, you know, to how people can change their life round from how you were to how you are now. So it's fucking unbelievable, like, and I'm like, thank you, you know, it has been a massive turnaround. It's I can only describe it as like being born again, you know, like, I've been given a chance of another life, so I'm never gonna mess that up by going and just using a drug what I know is gonna make me feel guilty, which then is gonna make me feel down and negative, and I won't want to do these hangouts, I won't want to come on camera, I won't, you know, I can't do it to myself. You know, a few mornings I woke up feeling negative and thinking, oh no, you know, like, fucking world shit, life shit. I'm like, well, then I just think, you know what, fuck that. Bam, snap into positive mode and bash a few reps out, you know, and feel better. Because my biggest thing, like, was I could never look in that mirror. I couldn't do it because I hated myself, because I was a liar. You know, I was on drugs and I was a liar, and I had to, like, lie to try and hide the fact that I were on drugs. So I couldn't look in the mirror, man. That mirror wasn't my friend, you know, like, I just used to walk by that mirror. I didn't used to like looking in it. And now I can look in that mirror and I don't mind what's staring back, because what's staring back at me is somebody who don't lie, somebody who's honest, somebody who's upfront, somebody who's straight. So I can look at myself in that mirror. That mirror is not my enemy, you know. The only way we can ever solve anything is if we look in the mirror and we find no enemy, you know, and it's true. Most can't look in that mirror because they're just liars, deceivers. You know, and they get caught up in all this and they wonder why they fucking hate themselves. You know, fuck it now. You can't just throw a brick through a window, smash that window and say sorry. Just sorry you fixed the window. No, the window's still smashed, man. It's still broken, you know. Oh, sorry. Sorry, and a bit of tape. We're alright for tape. We're alright. We've got plenty of tape. We're buzzing up. We've got plenty of tape to fix smash windows. Don't worry about them smash windows, man. Oh yeah. You know, you haters. You thought Tom were done. You thought that were it. Tom was fucked. And he tried jumping up and down on my head while I was bobbing up and down in that water. Fuck you. You know. Fuck you, man. You're so fucking hell. Evil people. Fucking evil people. Just be wary. Be wary out there because that person sat next to you saying, you know, you can trust me, you can trust me. Somebody who says you can trust me automatically makes me think, can I? Just be on your toes, man, you know, be on your guard. But my mistake is, I go about thinking, you know, oh, well, people will be like me. No, there's nobody like me. You know, I'm me. Nobody's like me. Nobody's got morals that like mine. You know, their morals are not like mine. The mistake you make is trying to give someone that chance, hoping that they'll be like you. But they never will be. You know, nobody can do you better than you. And if all you are is someone who's dishonest, disloyal, unfaithful, then that's what you are. You know, you can't dress up a piece of dog shit. It's always going to be a piece of dog shit. No matter what you do to that piece of dog shit, dress it up however you fucking want. It's always going to be a piece of dog shit. You know, so just think of where you're at, think of who you're with, think of what. Don't ever cling on to something. If you know it's not right, don't ever cling on to something. If you know in your heart that something's lying, that something's behaving in a certain way, etc., then don't cling on to it because it's negative. And you don't need that negative energy. You know, that will not help you in life. Negative energy is not going to help you. You need that positive vibe, you know, and that will just spur you on. And, you know, good luck finding it because people don't want you to be happy. You know, maybe people who love your family, etc., yeah, they want you to be happy, but it's very rare where you meet somebody who's genuinely, you know, concerned about your welfare, your happiness, etc. Just be careful of people, you know. Because people lie. And people let you down. That's the one thing you can guarantee about people. You know, they're going to let you down at some point. You know, it's just a matter of when. You know, they're going to always let you down. So just be wary of it. You know. Because some people, it's called wanting your cake and eat it. Some people, you know, they want it always. They're selfish. They might not be selfish with money, you know, but they're selfish in other ways. Now, you can't buy decent. You can't buy honesty. You can't buy morals. You can't buy respect. You can't buy love. You can't force love. You can't do all these things. You know, it's, you don't own a person. You can't own a person. You know, they're not fucking animals. You can't own a person and stick it in a cage and call a person a fucking budgie. You know, you just can't do that to people. And like I said, I just thank God that I've had the strength to see me through all this shit that I've been through with my arm, etc. Thank God, you know, thank God that He's kept me strong and He's never let me fall off this track that I'm on, you know. And when I look back at some of them hangouts 9 months ago, I'm just sat there and I'm flinging my arm around and I'm just distressed. You know, I'm in a state of stress. And just to be able to sit here today without that stress, I'm just so grateful, you know. And I'm not going to chuck that back in the face of anybody, you know. Like, how could I? You know, 39-year-old. The only way is up this mountain. There's no abseiling back down. There's no free falling back down. The only option is to climb. And that's what I've been doing. Every day I'm climbing, you know, and it's a solo climb. You know, there is nobody there to hold your hand up this mountain. You know, it's a solo journey. Nobody can give you that strength. Nobody can give you that courage. It's within you. Everything you need is within you. It's inside. You can't get it from an outside source. You know, you can't get it from an external place. It comes from within here. Now, you've either got that or you haven't, you know. And just be wary who you give your friendship to, and be wary who you give your time to, because like I say, not everybody is like you. And some people don't want what's best for you. Some people are trying to knock you off that track. Maybe you're just not seeing that at the time, you know. You know, to all them people who are standing up and being countered, respect to you, man. You know, you're not scared of looking stupid. You're speaking the truth, and it's hard to do because you do get laughed at. People think you're crazy, etc. But little do they know that they've been conditioned and brainwashed all their life. They don't know that, so you know, we'll excuse them, eh? But let me tell you this video I watched earlier, and it's a good video to watch. I don't share it on here because it's I got, what you might call it, I got a copyright strike for playing a song on my last hangout, and they kicked it off. Huh. They kicked it off YouTube, man. Anyway, it's called Our Flat. It's all in capitals. This Our Flat Domed Closed System Explained, and it's a middle score, and it's by a guy called D Murphy 25. Right, like I can thing it in here. In chat box I can paste it, like, but I suppose that's not good, is it? I'll post it on YouTube as well when this goes out. I'll post it on my channel links. Definitely, please watch that video. Explains a lot of this planet stuff. It's all simple enough to grasp. Like it's well worth you know, an hour, whatever it is, out of your day just to watch it, and starts to put a bit of logic to it all, you know. When you think about it logically, then I guess you understand it a bit more, you know. But yeah, cheers, you know, everybody who likes cheers, man, for all them people who all your nice words, your nice comments, you know, positive stuff. Thank you. You know, it helps. It just makes it all worthwhile. You know, it makes the journey. You appreciate it a bit more, you know, because you know the effort that you're putting in is noticed. You know, people are noticing it, and cheers, man. You know, like it means a lot. You know, you need that bit of negativity. You know, like feed off it, man. Let it make you stronger. You know, don't let it make you go the other way. And feed off that negative energy, man. Let it give you the strength you need. Because sometimes strong, that's all you've got left. You can't be weak anymore. You know, it's like you've done weak, you've been all over weak. You know what weak's about. So strength and strong is all you've got left. So just go with that, innit? Stick with that, man. You know, the day I bow down to anybody, you know, and lose me fucking being a man, is the day I die, because I'm, you know, like got to be a man, you know. And to me, a proper man don't lie. A proper man, he don't cheat. A proper man don't take the piss, you know. A proper man, and that's all I try and be. I try and be a proper man, you know. Some people, they don't like that. They don't like that, and they try and pick faults in you, and they try and say you're a liar, and you're this and you're that, because you're something they can't be. And I think that's what where the jealousy comes in, because they can never be like you. They'd like to be, but they can't. They can't do it. I've got the fucking minerals. Some women have got more balls than some fucking men round here, I'll tell you. Cowards, man. Proper coward. You know, proper. There's one thing, I will never ever, there'll never be my name and coward in the same. Never happens. It would never happen. Soldier, yeah. Coward, no. It said I'd blocked some people. I'd blocked Bulldog. Why? I wonder why, Bulldog. Yeah? I wonder why people you get blocked from hangouts. Yeah? You're too positive, Bulldog. Too much positivity could be a bad thing. Yeah. You know, I just wanted to post this video just so, you know, people know I'm still alright. I'm still on this track to recovery, and I fell off this track, you know. I'm glued to this track, you know, and I can never go back. So that's enough about me. What else we got to talk about? Kimbo Slice is dead, isn't he? He's only 42. Bit of a mad thing. Yo! How you doing, sir?
I just woke up. I can't believe you're live already.
Yeah, well, I'm on like, it's nearly 4 o'clock for me, Kev, afternoon, so. You know what I'm saying? What time you on?
It's about 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah, you've got that. I have just woke up quick. And you enjoyed London, did you, Kev?
But yeah, it was great, man. You should have came down.
Well, it's just like family commitments for me, like in it with my daughter and shit. Like, I suppose I could have a weekend off. It wouldn't hurt, no, like, but it's just money wise as well, Kev. If I'm honest, you know, I'm like, it's just affording it. You know, like London's called the city that never sleeps.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive too, but it's worth it.
Yeah, like down here, you know, you can get like a pint of beer. It might be £2. In London, you're talking double, £4. You know, like, but yeah, it's just a totally different culture down there, man. The way everybody is, the more open and that, you know, the more approachable, I guess, than people like in towns and little villages, and they're all closed in, and you know, they've got their own little ideas and their own way of life. And them people in London, they're like, ooh, you know, they're oddballs, they're weirdos, you know, they're funny, they're all no, they're just, it's a selection of different sorts of people, you know, that get together, and there's nothing wrong with that, is there? That's just, that's the people like not being able to accept, you know, change and difference and all that. It's just the way we've been conditioned, man. I just thought these earlier, Kev.
They are a lot more.
What were you going to say?
I said they are a lot more open for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's cultured, like I say. But you'll think of the word cultured. It comes from the word cult, you know, which means a group of people, a cult. I got them, Kev. You get 3 for a fiver, like £5, £5 English, so that's about $7.50 for 3, I guess. And they're like 640 millilitres, and it's nearly 5% a bottle. 4.8, not bad. And it's a nice beer as well, man. It's a nice drink. Basically, Kev, all that we're about this hangout is I've had like a few days from hell, if you like, you know, like them days where you just could have been like where I just said, oh fuck it, you know, like I might as well be back on that shit, you know, I might as well take drugs today because I'm in pain and my head's done in, and you know what I mean. If ever I were gonna come off these rails, it would have been these last few days, this last week. And you know what, Kev? For the grace of God, or I don't even believe in a God, whoever it is, Captain Spock, Captain Kirk, fuck knows, Flash Gordon, whoever it is up there or down there, thank you, you know, just for keeping me on these fucking rails. Because finding out people are lying to you, finding out people are not what they say they are, finding out it can hurt you, you know, and it can make you think, oh, like, I'll go and do this or I'll go and do that because that's what eases me pain, you know. But fuck that shit, man. All these motherfuckers who've come in and tried to make my life worse by pulling me down, etc. They've made me stronger, man. They've lifted me up without realising it. They've made me fucking stronger. So I thank them. Yo, Ian.
All right, Tom.
Go on, what's up, Ian? Can you not chat live about it, like?
I fucked up on them tablets again, didn't I, man?
Oh, you're joking.
Nah.
Right, so, yeah, but what sort of dose are you talking?
I just took about 80 milligram, man.
Right, well, what, has it happened once?
Well, I hadn't been taking them for a bit, and I just fucking saved them up, and I just got fucking really pissed off, and I just fucking took them all.
Right, this is my point to Kev. I've just said to him then, I've had like the couple of days from hell right here, and if there were any time in my life where I were going to use, it would have been this last couple of days, this last week. 2 seconds, mate. Welcome, mate. I would have used heroin, do you know what I mean, in these last few days, so I've had the perfect excuses to do it, but I've said, no, fuck you, you know, I'm not going to do that. Like, I won't be sat here now being able to do an hangout if I'd have used, because I'd have been feeling down and guilty and shit and sad. And listen, Ian, how long did you do? 3 weeks or a month?
What? How long did I leave it without
We aren't having any tablets. I think you're on week 3 or you were nearly on a month.
4 weeks.
Right, so you've proved to yourself you can do a month without taking any Valium, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Go back to one of my hangouts, what I did the other day. I'm sure I did one live last week where you were in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did, because you're on cover of it, on Hangout. You're on front cover. And you were saying, like, one day, you were stressed, and I could see you were, like, you know what I mean? You were going through fucking mill a bit. But then the next day, you were totally different. The next day, you could just see it in your face. You'd turned it around, and you'd said you'd been out, you'd had lunch with a bird, premiership bird. I remember your words, you were a premiership bird. You made me laugh. And like, you just like, so you proved in a day, you can turn it all around here. So, right. I can tell even in your voice that you're feeling negative, man, and you're down, and you're giving yourself a bit of an hard time, like.
Nah, I mean, Tom.
So fucking what, Ian? You had a couple of Valium, so fucking what?
Check this out, man. I was just on the balcony and I was shouting to people, like, don't hate them.
Like.
And I was going, don't believe all, turn off your televisions. Stop reading the newspapers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Hating the Muslims. You know, this is a Saudi Arabian extremist bullshit. You know.
Have you heard that joke? Muslim goes into a bar and he says, "Can I have 2 pints of lager and and 50 shots?"
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck's sake.
Fucking mad. And but then he says, "Oh, is it a bit too soon?"
But this fucking thing in Orlando, man.
But
You know?
I saw a clip earlier on, sorry to interrupt. 2 bloods carrying another bloke's got a shotgun wound in his leg, right? They put him down and he's standing up straight. Well, I've never been shot in the leg in my life yet, but if you're shot in the leg, would it, like, break your leg or whatever because of the shotgun wound?
Yeah, they wheel that guy out, don't they? And I tell you what, if he don't get fucking Actor of the Year award, nobody will, because he's just sat there going, yeah, and then loads of people were running, and I was getting trampled on, and you know, and I just thought that brilliant, my life were over, man.
It would break your bone, wouldn't it?
What a fucking actor, you know? Give that guy a fucking Oscar.
2 legs then if you shot in the leg.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him. Welcome, Ollie.
Hi guys, how are you? Hi Tom, thanks for letting me come show with you.
Nah, it's cool, man. Yo, how's things been doing with you, man? This hangout's about the road to recovery. You know, the road to keeping clean, to being positive.
Okay, I can do that.
Leave all your fucking nasties behind you. Don't bring them with you, cause you
every day above ground is a good day.
Well, if you wake up and you're breathing.
I don't know anything about recovery, I'll be honest, but if you ask me, I know everything about purple haze. But what I did bring with me, I'll tell you, I did bring one thing, my Corona bikini.
Cool.
I hope you don't mind, that's the only luggage I got.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Right, cool.
But if you're coming to England, I'd pack a coat as well, you know, as well as a bikini, because it's fucking cold, mate. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
I have to renew my passport. I lost half of my documentation. I hope they'll even let me out of the country. You think they will?
Well, do you know what, Ali? I don't think I'd be allowed to America, to be honest, because I've got a lot of convictions on my
I have a loud mouth.
They're only minor convictions for shoplifting, but...
All right. Well, I would love to come there. But the thing, I got to thinking, I don't know, you guys tell me, because you in the UK are way more awake and accepting than people over here in America, and you also know a lot more.
Well, this guy...
But I have a loudmouth,
Right.
an ex-super soldier who woke up, and I have 2 ex-military handlers that are from the UK. Do you think that they will let me out of America?
Are you saying you're a
I'm
super
not coming to start
soldier?
shit. I'm coming to meet people and see the sights and smoke some good stuff. Yes.
Are you saying you're a super soldier?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, right out of the dumbs. And then I recall being farmed out to Black Ops. I recently touched out to a movie producer that did a movie over here called Bigfoot and Montauk Project, and he said that he would hear me out because I remember being a kid in the cage, sleeping in a cage, electrocuted in a cage, and being down in the dumbs.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if you know these people, but I recall James Casbolt, I recall Kieran Lee Perrin, and Aaron McCollum. But you guys out there that know about these super soldiers are way more accepting than over here. Over here in America, they're like, you're a cartoon, get out of here.
No, I've researched a lot into it, man.
Yeah, like you guys are, you guys know what time it is.
Soldiers are men, like they go fight for America, where they know they're just being.
What they do, what they do is this: they like hypnotize these people, yeah. These people go out and then fucking maybe murder people,
Manchurian candidate,
and then erase it from the fucking mind, so they don't even remember what they've done.
Manchurian candidates.
Yeah. The project, like the Project Butterfly,
do whatever. Then there's a code where they do to reset that, and then got one damn flash memory.
Yeah.
Of what they've done.
And then there's a code word to set them off. It might be a phone call. They'll say a trigger word, and bomb. The demeanor will change. They put the phone down, and they're like a robot. They just, they do whatever's asked of them, whatever they've been programmed to do.
I remember doing that too.
What B is you, Tom?
How clever is that?
Very.
What B is you, Tom?
This guy with the beard, he's just been to the UK, so maybe you need to ask him what the fucking deal is, man.
Well, I mean, do you think they'll even let me, go through customs and off the airplane and then back into America? Because, I mean, I've been very vocal. I don't go to, activist stuff, but on the internet, I'm definitely very vocal. I talk about my walk with Jesus because that's what saved me from all the super soldier stuff. When I woke up from that MK Ultra programming, I mean, I have not just one set of memories. I have, I had to work with, I worked with Russ Dizdar about my recall memories, but yeah, I'm still connecting dots, but I'd love to come to the UK. You guys are so late. Plus, I love traveling, but I gotta get my passport. I just want to know if you think they'll let me through customs, because I'm a loudmouth over here. People are getting to know who I am.
I was listening, right, to this program about this guy. Now, this guy was working on something what were quite important at the time, and he ended up going in for shoulder surgery. I think he had a tumor. Yeah. He had a tumor on his shoulder, right? And when they removed this tumor, they found a microchip in his shoulder, and where the microchip was, it had caused a tumor. And like I said, this guy was doing a job what was quite important. Do you know what I mean? Very important. Yeah. So they microchipped him, and then when he had gone in fucking hospital, they found this microchip, and weird. And other instances where this woman, she said she felt like she'd had something implanted up her nose, in her eye, sort of thing. Then when she had it X-rayed, there were a microchip what had been placed behind her eye. Now, she describes some beings coming down, overtaking her body, and she can remember it all, and they've implanted her with a chip. People thought she was fucking crazy. to the X-ray and they found the chip.
Oh my lord.
You've got to think of it, Ollie, from just a bog standard person who's never looked up super soldiers, a person who's never looked out like that up, and someone coming along and saying, hey, I were a part of this you just think, you know what, this woman's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's all I get. That's all I get. I'm so sick and tired of getting that. And then they want me to explain it, and it's like, yo, I can hardly explain to you my recalled memories, let alone explain to you what I am. They created me.
Yeah, you'll be struggling with yourself, trying to work out yourself what the fuck's going on, you know, it's...
Yeah, exactly. And holding on to reality when one of those alters comes forward that they trained, because ultimately when you wake up from this programming, in the end, in my case, when someone wakes up, you want to get all those alters and bring them back together into one whole person again. And well, my choice is Jesus. Everybody else has their own preference, so I'm not here to preach, but just, you know, so anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. And I've met a couple alters, and you remember the torture that got you there, and then you remember the training, and then you remember the mission or assignment you were on. And then you have to also, with your main personality, who you know yourself to be, hold on to this reality and existence and everything that you know, plus come to terms with that craziness, because it's also reality. I mean, it wasn't just a thought in my head. I was actually there fighting these entities. So to hang on to reality when everything seems so real, yeah, it's tough.
Well, all I can say is I have, like I say, and I've covered a lot of ground about it, man, and it's like, fucking hell, it blows your mind. And that's what they do, they split your personality, man, into several different personalities, ones what they can use at their disposal. And they always seem to favour women, you know what I mean, because they can torture and you know, do a lot worse to women, sort of thing.
The pain resistance, maybe. I mean, the pain tolerance is different. But,
it's sad, isn't it? It's sad, man.
I think it may, too, be the emotions of a woman and the hormone level.
What sort of age would
I
they
heard
have took
if you
that?
have a teenager, I'm sorry, I heard if you have a teenage girl growing up in your house, the level of hormones that her body undergoes in those changes will also attract supernatural activity. I'm sorry, Tom, to cut you off. What did you say?
No, it's cool, man.
Yeah, no, I cut you off, though. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. What I was saying is, can you even remember what sort of age, when it sort of fucking started?
The first time I remember being in a dom was at the age of 3, and at the time I was temporarily living in San Antonio, Texas. So that was the first time I was in a dom, and then after that I was like 5, 6, 7, and I was up in, I believe it was Nelson, Canada, and Project Ibis. I was in a bunch of different projects. I don't know their names, but I guess there's Project Mannequin, Project Alpha, Omega, Avalon, Camelot. I don't know, but I was there. They're there. I remember the other kids. They would make us fight each other too. So
I watched the thing about where the on about like teleporting to Mars.
Teleporting to Miles?
Mars, to the planet Mars.
Oh, Mars. I love Mars.
They're on about like they can get there, you know, in no time. They just fucking go in a room and they're able to...
Mars jump room. Yeah, the Mars jump room. I believe I recall bits and pieces. I do remember being on Mars 2 different times. Like being there as I am here right now. I remember being there, so it wasn't a mind thing, because I also have those recalled memories of using my mind, and those are hard to understand. But like Mars, yeah, there's a Mars jump room. But I know that you can also astral project your mind to view Mars as well.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that you can also use your mind or your spirit inside of a clone and operate it on Mars. I believe that you can do that too. So if that's all confusing, but what was your question?
No,
Oh, Mars is
no,
great.
man, I get it. It's we don't realize how powerful we are. You know, we don't understand our power, man. We just think we're just insignificant little humans who can't do nothing, you know.
Right? And then you beat yourself up every morning when you wake up to another day, and oh, I'm such a rotten, miserable person. Nobody likes me, and I can't take it. God, take me now. I can't take it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, you got it. You beat
It's a
yourself
mind
up
fuck.
when the world's trying to beat you up as well. You know, you help the world beat yourself.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what
shame.
happens. Yeah, that's what I do all the time. I'm always hurting myself the worst, and I'm my own worst critic. Um,
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like that. Like,
you know, it's hard to wake up. Sometimes it's hard to look myself in the mirror. I know that sounds crazy,
I
but
remember
it's
that
just,
this earlier.
to lift up your chin. It's like, man, there's
I
no
remember
reason
this at the
to.
start of the hangout.
Well, Jesus.
I said the mirror will never become your friend if you're a liar, if you're not honest, if you're living that kind of life where the mirror will never ever be your friend. But if you're honest, if you're decent, if you're straight up, if you're all these things, that mirror will become your friend again. And
Yeah.
you can look in that mirror and you don't mind what's staring back because you're not being a twat, you know, you're just being real.
Or a cunt, right? Or a pussy.
In other
Sorry.
words,
But no, you're
the
totally right.
knowledge we drop is too far deep and threatens their reality. We basically smash their reality to pieces.
Wait there, Jimmy. Benny, what you on about when she come into the UK? I thought you lived in Romania.
Me? I wish I lived in Romania.
No, not you, Ollie. I'm on about Benny.
I'm sorry.
You said that as if you live in the UK. Yeah. Benny, I think you're just full of shit. I think you're just full of shit, Benny.
Hi, Sid. How you doing, buddy?
Sydney.
Hello.
Oh, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hi,
man.
good you.
Sydney.
What are you doing? What we do?
Hold on, I'm putting my headphones on here so you don't get feedback.
Sydney, man. The one and only Sydney. This guy fried Fizz like
Yep.
a fucking like a cod in batter. It was fun to
He
watch.
cooked him, he fried him, he grilled him.
Oh man, this guy fucking
Anyway,
baked him in every single possible way.
Any way possible, whatever method you use.
Carbonized him.
Nah, he was laid on the hot slab and fucking burnt.
Turned him into carbon.
You could drop a fucking egg on a bit of concrete and eggs fried, you know?
Oh, don't mention food, I'm getting hungry.
That's it. What are you drinking here, Tom?
Tiger, it's called.
Pie?
It's called Tiger Beer, bro.
Ah, another one.
Get 3 for $5.
Oh, I'll hand it with me at Rob's, so I'll probably have one later.
I'm celebrating you, mate. Just like
7.5%.
Being in recovery, man, and not going back to drugs just because times are bad. I'm keeping it real, man.
I don't need drugs to give me trouble. I'll have trouble
Real,
with
bro.
happy days.
I'm not going to be beat, man, not by anything. Nothing's beating me in this world anymore. Fuck that.
Gotta eat.
Fuck being beat. I don't understand being beat.
For me, last night I was fucking arsehole. I got hungry. I got back, I had these chicken and bacon things and sticks.
I hate cooking. That's why I don't eat.
I do, but I'm out. So I've eaten before. I've got to see my friends. I do Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I have something up there, but it's fine.
You cook,
I never
I'll
go
clean, we'll get along great.
There's like a tin of soup up there. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Or whatever. There's always something. My mate come by yesterday, mate Matt dropped me a DVD off, The Pianist, which I've never, fair enough, he's, you know, a book called The Elf Queen of Shannara. And what you call ramen, we call in UK pot noodle. So, candy! Mother candy! You want that DVD? You can have them. I don't want them. So, you know, I've always got food about one way or another, you know? Okay, about what I got. I went to like the other night, I had a bath the other night, and I thought, it's like, you know, I tell myself, oh, no, hunger kicked in. So I had a couple of crackers and butter, one wheat bit, it's not two, I'll be like a jive bunny, you know what I mean? Yeah.
As I'm free, keep calling, keep calling.
Loud. What's you smashing, Tom? What's you smashing? It's loud. Lynch.
What the fuck is that, Tom, man?
Huh?
What's that noise, bro?
I don't know.
Sound like glasses smashing or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me mute myself while I eat this, man.
Ah, might be in getting plates out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for joining virtual anyway.
The microwave door closing, maybe?
No, maybe fridge door.
Oh, fridge door. But it was a
Fridge.
door. At least got the door part right.
Yeah.
I already know that. Where the fuck it was coming from. It's all good.
So I'm supposed to go food shopping today, but I made a hot date with my bikini in the sun sitting outside. I don't think I'm going to do anything. I think that is my road to recovery today.
That's good. I don't somebody with Trevor not there. I like to adventure. If I was over there with Trevor, I'd be hitting the fish store going just ballistic.
Yeah, but I got it easy. I'm out on a farm, so nobody's around.
That's brilliant.
You know, and I also do side work for
green on the
good
grass.
money. I'm sorry?
If you were here in the UK, you are basically what 4 or 5 miles from the nearest beach. You go the other way, you're 13, 15 miles to the nearest beach. There's Saunton, Croyd. The other end is Instow. And you
I
know,
love the beach.
smallest beach is it's a long walk along it. Remember, I had a friend down there. We want to get up and we go down on the beach and walk the dog.
Oh, I love
Down
the
and go
beach.
back on the target.
Those are some of
Yeah,
my
target where you can cycle and walk, which used to be years ago a train track, but they closed it off and took all the rails up. But they want to bring it back. I'm like, why take it in the first place? It's like, you know, when you want, like, this town did have a lovely curved iron bridge, only 2 in the world. So in 1977, they decided to demolish it. But knowing the fact that they're now wanting. What's that for? I didn't know it's on there. I'll read that. So I read my receipt went into Plymouth the other last month. I even read that on there the bloody, what do you call it? The coach, whatever. It's done. Was it,
I'll tell you what, waking up though, I don't know how you guys. I used to live in an apartment around people, so when you walked out your front door, you always
Well,
had
I do, but
at you.
basically, mostly here where I'm at, it's block 57 flats. They heat themselves, you know.
Okay, then that's all right.
But the neighbours for me sound as heck. Neighbours below me, that sound heck. There's another chap. He's too quiet for himself, but we're all sounding it, you know. We ain't got no heat whatsoever. It's happy days.
Man, where I lived in an apartment, every time I walked outside, somebody was asking me for something or trying to talk, and
Yeah,
um,
I agree.
I have a dog, so I'm always
I
walking
mean,
her.
I mean,
That's why I
guess
got
having
the
dog is a good
dog.
thing. That like I haven't got a dog here. I can't have animals here, but my friend's dog Emma, Rob, his mum and dad's dog, should I say? You get that gate, that little that you hear the metal gate, and lift the little latch up. That's it. She's on it. Her ears like that. Boom. Sometimes I can get away with it. Sometimes it depends. Like when I used to sign out the bell on my bike, ding ding, she would go bloody. She would go barmy. She's a sheepdog type, but I said, when it's 7 o'clock, she's out the hallway there as a guard dog, watching that front door. Any movement, anyone walks by, she's on one. Like there's these treats you can get in co-op in British supermarkets. They're star-shaped beef and cheese. Every time I get those, she smells straight away. She's a obedient dog anyway. When you get those there, that's it. I've got her full attention. And Rob's like, "Oh, you get bloody more joy out of her than I do." I said, "Well, you gotta try. You gotta keep trying with this stuff." What breed of dog you got?
She's half chocolate lab and half Akita.
I'll do that because I'm not familiar with breeds from memory. But I'll check it
May
out in
I
a second.
may I screen share? I think. Well, I'll find a picture of her first, but then may I screen share and I'll show you what she looks like. I don't have a camera that I can just
That's
point
fine.
it at her.
I
She's
said
pretty.
I see some cute dogs about when I'm about like there's a little one the other day. I was got some friend Rod, living 9 mile away, and I sat down over the break, walking down the hill. The little pup saw me, and I was trying to get to me. I call every leg, I call little legs. They have legs and just all over the shot, you know.
Yeah.
Yesterday, on the way back from over the bridge, I had to go to the other side of town, to let's say. Husky dog pulling the owner along like that. I said, build some more muscle in they're like boom, 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 boom. But like I said, with certain dogs, and I guess it's how they are. Some have a real bad attitude. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But make them happy. If not, they can. Of course, she does have her, like we do. We have our moods and ways and whichever. Like, I got there. One time she got the grumps. She did one night. Because Rob's had to go to the hospital, had some health issues, whichever, and Emma's missing the hell out of him, and whichever. So she had the grumps like that. I said to Pat, I said, "Will you take Emma up to the hospital there, and so Richard can go around in the grounds there, but they won't have him off the ward or something." You gotta try as you might. What's that fucking noise? No, Euro 20. Football is rigged. God damn. Oh, I've seen so much clips online and whichever. I quit football I'm not passionate about watching it in 2008 for good. What a fucking shambles that whole game is. American football, you go out there, you're gonna get hurt. Simple as. If not, this place like was 22 millionaires on a bloody pitch, kicking a bag of fucking air. No fucking way. I'm a wrestling fan, and that's more realistic than football is. And that's kind of saying something. Yes, it's fake to a degree, but it's got more entertainment than football will ever have. I mean, football, you have all these fucking riots.
Really?
Like a bunch of fucking idiots. I'm sorry, but you don't see wrestling fans doing that. You don't see them going about fucking like Russians and English fighting each other and whatever else.
How do you know?
It's pathetic.
It's just a distraction gimmick.
Damn straight, and it's just talking about how they're doing that. Like, could all these riots probably be rigged from the start? We got to find out,
Just
At the end of the day, yeah, like you're saying, Ian, it's just one big distraction. Let's go back. What is it? 6 months or whatever. Supposed to have been terrorist attacks there. Now, let's say that did happen.
Yeah.
A terrorist attack did happen in Paris or wherever. Do you think then they'd allow these games to even be allowed to be fucking held there if there were terrorist activity like that going on? They wouldn't have even allowed the football to be played there. So,
of course not.
What? So like, 1 minute there's all this terrorist stuff. Like, oh, hang on a minute, just put that on hold a minute because there's football, and then start that terrorist stuff after football. All right, guys. Yeah, okay, no trouble. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Apparently, I was reading the statistics of the guy, and it's impossible for him to have released that amount of ammunition in the period of time that they said he did.
What about the Orlando shooting?
Yeah, the Orlando shooting.
I haven't read into it much, but earlier I saw a clip, of two blokes carrying another bloke. They think they're out of view of the camera. The guy's got a gunshot wound in his leg, and he put him down. He's standing upright.
Yeah.
I mean, I never shot a leg, but my brain says you're shot in the leg's going to go through your leg. You got a broken leg.
Apparently, the ISIS guy that did it, apparently he was gay. Well,
Yes.
well, that's a contradiction to itself.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly.
Because
Why would you want to kill and hurt?
no,
your own breed.
it's completely against the religion, the Muslim religion, to be gay. So, like, how can this ISIS terrorist...
It's just a piss day, man, isn't it?
It's just like so many contradictions, And
You
we will never know the truth, we will never know the truth. And we all know how easy it is to use CGI and get crisis actors and to put on these soap operas.
Right, the one who's always on the phone.
Yeah. It's like Sandy Hook. Apparently, nobody died.
Sandy Hook green screens.
It's been proven that nobody actually died in Sandy Hook.
Exactly, they're all green screens.
There's photos of them kids with Obama.
If you look at, that's right, Obama.
It's almost as if they do it blatantly to know, to almost.
It's like with the London stabbing a few years ago, where the woman walking down the street across the road, she kind of loses or gains weight. That doesn't happen.
These people communicating through these events, etc., through signs and symbols, etc., etc. This is how they communicate.
The truth is always in plain sight.
Yes.
If you know what to look for.
Yes.
It's always right in front of our nose.
How can you know what to look for if you don't know what you're looking for? Someone has to point you in the right fucking direction.
All these occultic secret societies and all this shit that goes on underhanded in society, they're the ones that are luring people in because they know that that there's something wrong, and they're taking the piss in plain sight. So it's almost as if they're luring these people into the truth and getting them into cults, getting them into levels of.
It's like they have done all wrong because they've told you, they've shown you it, but because you're that fucking ignorant, you're not seeing it.
So it's like, come on, come and join the Freemasons, come and join the Skull and Crossbonesmen. Put your son into Eton private school so he can mingle in with these societies. You know, it's almost
Exactly.
we're just the mass morons, and unless you're in these societies, you know, you don't know what the truth is. You know, you just get bamboozled.
Even they're like to.
Maybe I'm talking crap.
No.
I don't know.
No, man. No, you bang on it, mate.
You're
Bang on.
right.
We're run
Yeah.
by Freemasons.
Invited.
Freemasons run everything, man.
George Carlin said, right? They have a club and we're not invited.
Yeah. And you know,
Yeah.
and you have to compromise yourself so much to join these occults. You know,
Yeah.
to do
People do it,
depraved
for money.
acts.
People do it for money. Or because someone's got something over on them, someone knows something about that person and says, look, if you don't fucking do as we ask, then people know about what you did or whatever. You know, they've got them over a barrel, man.
Got it on one, that's one. You got it on one.
My
Oh,
internet like that,
Oh, they
man.
might drug these people, right? Then take pictures of them with kids in compromising positions. Then, like, said to them one day, right, you will go out on that stage and you will perform this speech. And they'll be saying, no, I can't say that to people. Then they'll just show them photos. Just go out.
Yeah. It's like,
Well,
yeah.
look what you were doing to that fucking 6-year-old then last night. And you're like, what the fuck? I don't even fucking know about this. You know, like, you go and make that speech, my son. All these photos are going to the Sun newspaper. What's that person going to do?
It's like the Muppet Show at Parliament when they've got like Gillian Osborne completely off his face on cocaine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's been there, and
MDMA. You look like you're off his head on either MDMA or acid.
yeah, you can almost see white powder.
Hey, Bill, thank you.
It's absolutely disgusting.
He was off his fucking trolley, wasn't it?
Absolutely faced he was.
Hidden in plain sight. They're like that most days.
So basically, after Parliament, they all go up to the parliamentary bar where they don't have to pay taxes on the alcohol, and they all have a good laugh, you know?
Yeah, all those fucking ignorant fools, all those ignorant motherfuckers who are sat watching football, chatting about football, not interested in politics because we think that's boring.
Yeah.
Not interested in real life affairs because we think that's boring.
All we're worried about is whether we want to be in the EU or not. We're not talking about the Rothschild banking system. We're not talking about the fiat currency. We're not talking about the fraudulent banking system.
We're not talking about what money is.
No, we just want to know. We just want to be in or out of Europe.
And we want to earn more of that fucking stuff what's fucking fucking us up. More of that stuff what's fucking fucking society and the world up. Money.
More debt, slaves.
We all turned around and said, you know what? Fuck you, we're not paying gas bill, we're not paying electric bill, we're not paying to live on this planet no more. We're going to stand fucking firm, we're going to stand tall, all of us. So if you're going to shoot one, you're going to shoot all of us.
Tom,
It'd have to change.
Council tax is illegal. And the bailiffs now are really ramping it up, saying that they're going to commit people to prison. They're going to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I made sure I got
let's get something straight. Wait there, Gimmick. Let's get something straight. It's legal what they're doing, but it is unlawful, and it's two different things. It might be legal in legalese land, but it's not lawful.
Yeah.
But does common law ever work? No. It does on paper, and it should do, and in theory it works, but common law never works because them fuckers out there are corrupt.
Sure.
So it'll never work.
And that's why they classify us as dead, soulless corporations.
Yes.
So
soulless. So when you're putting a birth certificate, you become a corporation, like you're saying, and a soulless entity.
Yeah.
If you're a soulless business, then so be it. Be that. But I know I'm not.
Sure.
I know I've got rights, you know, and I know nobody can give me them, nobody can take them away. They can try and impose things on me.
And that's basically, so when you're in court, you don't have to see the plaintiff. The plaintiff can be Barclays Bank, or the plaintiff can be a South Staffordshire Council.
There ain't a person called that, is there?
Yeah, because you're not a person. Well, you're not a living, breathing human being under common law.
Only corporations can go to court.
You're just a legal fiction, exactly the same as Barclays Bank. It's
Yeah.
a legal fiction. So that's how they can put you against it, you know.
Yeah. It's a game, man. It's a game what we're in. And it's a game what some people don't understand.
And so I can forget, like, just when you're so clued up, you just bring everything you got.
I don't even know Benny about EU and all that. No, I don't think we should have fucking foreign businessmen running our fucking country. No.
Europe was discussed back in the 60s when one of the early Bilderberg meetings. And I knew since, you know, when the euro came, it was a fake currency, a man-made currency.
Agenda.
Yeah.
There's an old story where I live in my village, where a chap in 1812 took his sheep to market, and on the way back from market, somebody shot him with a pistol in the back and robbed his purse of gold coins. You know?
Yes.
So what's 1812? 1812. So like 200 years ago. So 200 years ago, we were using gold coins.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because gold has a value. You know, you can lend something against that gold because it has physical value, whereas money, money used to be backed by gold. So you take a piece of gold to your bank and it give you a bit of paper.
They'd look after it for you and give you a bit of paper.
Yes.
So what the hell has happened? What, you know?
Well,
how come?
They sold every single person what were ever to be born. They sold us into fucking slavery.
Yeah.
We're all modern day slaves, but we don't even know it.
As I said earlier to someone on Facebook, I said the fact is, yeah, if you go to work or not, we get the same amount of money. Doesn't matter where you look, it's the same amount. Given all right.
Listen, I put in chat box a video about this black guy who describes that we live on what's known as a plane. We don't live on a fucking ball, we live on what's known as a plane. And he describes why we live on a fucking plane, and it all makes sense when you watch that video. Nearly 2,000 people have liked the video, and only a few hundred have disliked it. So, are you trying to tell me that nearly 2,000 people are crazy and the 200 people are right? You know, this guy breaks it down very logically in simple fucking terms, and he says stuff like an aeroplane has like a horizon thing in it, doesn't it? To know if it's on horizon or whether it's level or whatever. And he asked the pilot, what is that thing? And how does it work? And the pilot said, oh, it's got loads of electrical bits to it and this and that. And so he contacted the people who make this fucking horizon thing in planes, and they said, no, mate, there's no electrical parts to this whatsoever. It's just all mechanical. It's nothing.
It's like a bubble, isn't it? It's a bubble.
Yeah. So if we lived on a curve, that bubble would be turning every time the plane's going forward. It'd turn to compensate for the curve, but it doesn't. It stays flat because we live on a flat fucking plane.
I don't know about that, Tom. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, an aeroplane, right, like a jet, it's going that fast. He'd have to dip his nose every fucking 3 seconds. If we were on a ball, it'd have to keep dipping its nose. A plane don't do that, does it?
Nope.
I've
been on a plane. And if the plane we would have felt it go like so, but we don't. We keep. Unless it's only.
We're not on no spinning ball, bro.
The thing with that, Tom, what gets me is it doesn't seem natural. I mean, look at the football today. We're playing like with a football. Like balls are like natural. It's like a natural thing in nature.
Maybe that's why the rugby ball's not fucking round.
It just doesn't seem natural that the Earth could be flat. It just doesn't seem natural.
No, it won't do, because it goes against everything you've ever been taught.
Yeah, but everything I see in nature, you know, it doesn't seem like.
Right, so if we lived on a ball, right, and you stood on some mountains, and you're looking 100 miles ahead of you, and you can still see buildings, right? Like, how comes you can still see them buildings? Surely them buildings should be down there, where it curves fucking. But they're not. They're there in your eyesight.
But sometimes you can see mirages. I mean, in Scotland, you know, the oil platforms that they have the oil rigs. Sometimes the mirage of the oil rigs can sort of like play tricks on people, and like, you know, bits of like various refractions and things like that.
I don't think I'm on a ball, and I don't think it's spinning. I don't feel like I'm spinning. If I go on a roundabout, I know I'm spinning. You know, like, whoa, get me off this fucker or waltzer. I know I'm spinning. I don't feel like I'm spinning, man.
That's how gravity works, Tom, isn't it? That's how gravity works.
Yeah, but what is gravity, Ian? That's just a word. What? So anything they can't explain, they just go, oh, that's gravity. What is gravity?
A material thing, apparently, because you can
Explain
turn it on
what
and off.
gravity is to me, because nobody can explain it. The only thing they can say is, well, Newton dropped an apple and it hit the floor. That's gravity. All right. No.
Isn't it the center?
Drop me light. Look, this is gravity. That's gravity.
Yeah.
I'll just go and have a shit. That's gravity as well. It's a load of shit.
It's weird when they landed on the moon. There's supposedly no gravity, but yet they could sort of jump and leap.
Yeah, up and about like. They did that in slow motion, man.
Was the gravity like 10% of what it is on Earth, or was there absolutely no gravity? You know.
Right. If there's no gravity then and there's no wind, why was that flag waving?
Yeah.
No atmosphere on that moon. Why was that flag waving?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Can I, like, interject here just for one quick minute?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Carry on.
I know this is going to sound really fantastical and outrageous, but just bear with me. I mean, if you're going to listen to all these other people's ideas, hear me out at least.
Yeah.
So, I have a recalled memory of being on the moon. And when I was on the moon, I was inside a hospital building. So maybe this doesn't apply on the actual atmosphere of the moon. But inside that hospital, there was gravity. We walked around normal. We didn't need oxygen. And that brings me to another thing, that when I was on the moon and I was outside in the, when I was on Mars and we were outside on the atmosphere looking for dolphins, we were walking on, like, outside on Mars, we weren't wearing any masks. We were walking around normal. So there's gravity and oxygen, or at least in parts of the moon or on parts of Mars, they have the capability to have gravity and oxygen. So I never remember bouncing up and down, planting a flag. You know what I mean? I remember walking normal. Sorry.
It's magnetism what keeps you grounded. You've got metals in your body.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you've got metals in your body, and there's like a magnetism what keeps you grounded. It's not gravity. It's a magnet.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense to me.
Well,
but like even on Mars, like when you're outside walking on the atmosphere, you're not bouncing up and down like that. At least I don't remember doing that. You know, so I don't get what NASA is saying.
That NASA lie. Everything NASA does is lie. It's all cartoon. It's all CGI, computer generated images. It's all bullshit, man.
Yeah, never a straight answer, NASA.
No.
Never a straight answer.
They've got these experts, right, and they're all sat there and they're asking them simple questions, like a question like, when that rover, you know, thing where it got sent to Mars, this rover fucking expedition fucking robot thing. Someone asked them, they said, right, what format will the photos be sent back in? And the guy went, hang on a minute, I don't know this one.
What? It wasn't a normal 35 mil, was he?
I think someone in the room, where is he? He might know this one. Jeffrey, where are you? Like the main guy at NASA didn't know what format the fucking pictures were like. Come on a minute.
And the cameras that they took the pictures with weren't compatible for space or something like that. I remember listening to an interview with a guy that was saying,
"Crock of shit." You know, like every shuttle mission here, the fucking the data for that shuttle reaching, oh, it's been lost. Every mission, it's been lost. Not just one or two. Oh, every mission. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that sounds plausible.
Sure.
That sounds honest. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, what they can cover up as well. I watched a documentary about the theory that there are extraterrestrials on the moon which were mining a certain type of element which they could use for energy.
Yeah.
And these mining crafts look like dragons.
Right.
The reason why, like Chinese, ancient Chinese descriptions and things like that show dragons and things like that, they reckon they used to see them in the sky.
Yeah. Well, there were a firm, right, who put in a contract to go up and mine the moon.
Yeah.
Because
H3 or something, it's some kind of radiation which can produce energy.
Yeah, the rock from the moon, yeah, can produce this energy what's fucking not found on this planet, you know what I mean? And
free energy for us, free energy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And they're on about setting up a mining company to go up and actually mine the moon. You know, deplete it of all its fucking rock and all of its minerals. So you're not far off the mark. We're not about that, man.
Yeah. But this document, well, this YouTube video is going on about it's been done before, you know, thousands of years ago.
Yeah, I can imagine it. I can imagine it. This technology, it's all been about before. It's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. It's true, man.
Sure.
Exactly.
Like the way that LED lights have progressed in such a short period of time, like tablets and things, and like I remember when they first produced the mini disc player, I just thought, you know, it was just such a fantastic piece of technology. I just couldn't understand how they could invent it, you know, so quickly.
Yeah, 2 seconds, Benny. The Hangout got kicked off of YouTube because I played a song on it. Yeah, copyrights. Yeah, because I played a song called "Free Falling" by John Mayer.
But the quality of the song was going to be so bad, no one was going to be able to copy the song, were they?
Well, I thought, fuck, you know.
That's pathetic.
Logic in it.
Yeah, I can view it. Yeah, I can watch it. I'm glad that video got. It all happened for a reason. I'm glad it got deleted because there was someone on it who. I'm glad that that video has been deleted because it might have got her in a bit of shit. So I'm glad it got deleted, man. So, but this is my whole thing about doing this hangout, about fucking the road recovery, etc. I don't know, Benny, possibly, but I wouldn't want to, like I'm saying, I wouldn't want to get this person in any shit, man, like. But if you're honest from the start, then you don't need to, you've got nothing to lie about, have you?
No. I mean, Tom, like last weekend and that, all that stuff with Fizz, Bomb, Prick, and that Russ, that really upset me, that did.
Yeah, well, they do that for a reason, because they want you wound up. I punched my fucking laptop screen in and nearly smashed my computer because of that prick. And then I thought to myself, he's loving this.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. So I just chilled out, you know. No, I didn't break it, nearly, Benny. I punched it. You know, I just went fuck off and jabbed it, nearly. Really, I nearly broke my screen, but luckily I never.
I was just saying, like, you know, why don't you just fuck people off? But then I realised that you were trying to sort of like show people what they were like, show people the truth of what these people are all about.
I think Tom needs a stress ball next to his laptop.
No, I want on about physics with that Russ.
Russ.
And I didn't post his pics. Kips did. I didn't post his pics. Kips posted his pics. Yeah, he did fucking right. He did right to post them.
Yeah.
This guy needs outing for being the fucking idiot that he is.
What did Kip do?
He just posted loads of pics of Fizz and his girlfriend and stuff.
Oh, well done. Where to?
I don't want to beat anybody, Ben. It's not about beating people, is it? I got on with that guy to start off with.
I just thought it was class what James Owen said about he was embarrassed that he lives in the same city as that Fizz man. Glasgow, is it?
Yeah.
Benny, to get through what I've had to go through, you've got to be strong.
If I was in Glasgow and I saw him,
A weak person doesn't get to sit here, etc., and you know, and be able to do these fucking hangouts if you're weak.
Yeah, for sure.
If I was in Glasgow and I saw him, you'd have to hold me back because I'll tell you out, it would be a mess with me left.
I'm weak.
When I first came on, I just couldn't understand why you just didn't boot him off. Then I just realised that you were just trying to sort of make him dig a hole.
Right. I've had a guy.
I'm supposed to
today-
go and heard of this stuff. Think what the fucking prick he is. You know?
That's it, man. Just
I
leave
mean,
him in.
seriously, someone like that. If I was in the same position as him, I'd be held back because if not, I'd let loose.
Let people make their own minds up in it of them. Do you know what I mean? It's just
And
show themselves up.
Fizz is an immature retard who doesn't know anything.
But I won't even be negative towards the guy. Do you know what I mean? He's not. I won't even give him no energy at all.
Yeah.
Who are they playing, Bennett? Switzerland. Yeah. Damn man.
The thing is, guys, there's a guy who's subbed to my channel. It's called something like Hoodies or Scum or something like that. And he's got a real strong sort of Scouse accent. And I'm thinking it's Fizz. Like,
Show us a clip.
I'm getting paranoid. Like,
Show us a clip. We'll find out if it is him or not.
I don't know how to screen share or something. It's called something like Hoodies or Scum. It's all one letter or something like that. It's got a picture of 3 TV aerials. But I think it was a guy called HSS or HS or something that did stuff about TV licensing. So I don't know whether it's him that's changed his name, but I heard him talking and it sounded almost exactly like him, man. And I'm thinking he's commenting on my channels and stuff, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm just paranoid, you know. It's just like.
You know what I mean? He's found every way that the other. I mean, I tell you, if I, oh boy.
It's like
I'm not negative whichever, but seriously, someone like him.
The thing is,
he needs to be buried alive. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel.
you can never ever make yourself look good by trying to make someone else look bad. That's not how things work. You know, it don't work like that, does it? Like if you're bad towards someone else, people see that, don't they? You know?
Yeah, definitely. They just see you as being, as a vindictive
Right.
person.
They're just saying, what a prick this guy is, you know. So let them hang themselves, like saying, like leave them to it, innit? You know, it's
Yeah, definitely.
you've got to try and be positive, haven't you? We've all got a million reasons to be down and negative, but we've all got that one reason to be positive. So just go for that. It's too easy to be negative and choose the easy way out. You know, it's like, fuck that, man. I've never took no easy ways. There's never been an easy way.
Well, no matter how
just
you
let-
get it, there's never an easy way, so you may as well just,
I go the long route, man. The hard route, you know, like, nobody can ever say to me, like, oh, you know, like, you only got this far because of this or because of that. I got this far because of fucking me.
Yep.
Not because of anybody out there who did all for me. I did it for me. For my daughter, you know, like, fucking pat on back for me, you know, like, I did it for me, man. And you don't.
You think for yourself as well, Tom. You know, you don't let other people. You don't let the indoctrination sort of and the mainstream.
I think that's why I've been attacked, Ian, for having your.
That's why I'm attacked. That's why I'm classified as a fucking loon or whatever. Or
Well, you're a threat, aren't you? You're a threat because you're somebody who's woke up and you smelt the coffee, man.
Reminds me.
I've been called all kinds of shit.
Oh, man. Hey, look. Yeah, man.
That too, but they don't look as good.
What the fuck's that?
It's Fizz. Yeah, man. Belgian tips. Come to me, baby.
You been out on your push bike, Tom? Been out on your mountain bike?
Yeah, yesterday I think. Day before, like, yesterday.
Ah, cool, man. You go out far?
No, I only took shot, like.
T-shirt. You should go for Bimble, man. Go for like a, you know, mission, like.
Needs a new chain here and
Yeah.
needs a couple of bits going through it, like, it's just sort of getting me by at the minute.
Well, does the chain slip when you pedal?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, get it sorted, man. Get yourself out in the countryside.
I lent it to a so-called friend and his snapped chain, snapped front derailleur off and all sorts, so I just had to put a different chain on for now just to get me by, like, but needs fixing up, to be fair.
No, on the bike, man. It's fantastic.
I've always had a bike, always had a half decent bike, like.
Yeah.
I've been looking into, like, doing the lifeguard training, so I can be work at my local swimming baths and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, Tom and gentlemen, I don't mean to be rude, but I have to go and pay rent and food shop. So thanks for allowing me to come join you guys. I love hanging out with you, and
No
I hope you
bother.
all have.
Nice to talk to you. Shame you got to go and pay your rent.
Yeah, I want to make sure I can keep this roof over my head so I can keep coming back and hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Keep clean, man. Keep positive.
Yeah.
Have a great day, you guys, and thanks so much.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
No,
I won't beat yourself up here, you know. I've just picked my hat today. I've just picked all the fucking volume up today.
yeah.
From chemist lad.
I was doing so well, Tom. I was doing so fucking well.
Yeah, we still are. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah. I had fucking 4 weeks worth.
it's not the end of the world, is it? You know, it's not the end of life. It's just.
Oh no. I just feel like I've set myself back like 2 or 3 weeks. You know.
Yeah, but if you think like that, then you're doomed, aren't you? If you just think, well, I just had a bad day, and that was different.
It was weird, man. It was like the withdrawals were sort of like making me feel really well for some days. I was getting like feeling really energetic and getting my senses back and everything. Then all of a sudden, I'm just going to fucking. I have no energy and I just want to spend the day in bed. And I just like, you know.
It's called depression here.
And it I'm not a depressed person, Tom. It's them horrible pills that have done it to me.
Exactly. That's what they cause. They'll cause the very thing you're taking them for. They'll cause them side effects. So I get it myself. I get it where I have days where I'm so fucking positive and up and I'm alright. Then I have days where I'm not feeling like that. You know, I'm feeling all
Lethargic, man.
vulnerable, man, and negative. And,
Yeah.
but I've got a few myself. Been chewing on a couple myself, man. It's like, hey, up, have a couple of Valium and a beer and chill out.
That sounds right to me.
Not hurting no one.
Fucking knees hurting today. My lower back. I need to stretch out like a fucking rubber band. Nah, I'll wake on later on, 10:30. I'll just wake up tub again. Oh.
I don't watch BBC very much. Well, I don't watch it at all.
I've been putting it on now and again, telly, like, but I'm not a big fan of telly.
I
I
don't.
put it on, you know, the iPlayer.
Yeah.
And they had this program called the Drugs Map of Britain.
Right.
And this one particular documentary was on Valium in Scotland. And they get like the worst case scenario, the worst people that they can find, and they paint this picture of like complete and utter desperation and depression, and there's no like positivity with it at all. They just like find somebody who's like completely down and out on smack and illegal highs and Valium and that, and they got
apparently illegal highs are banned now. I've heard.
Yeah. And there's a picture of him who's got about like 30 blue Valiums in his mouth, and that's the picture of the documentary, you know. And nothing about the doctors overprescribing it.
No.
It's all about street dealers and buying it off the street, and then you're all being underhanded. Nothing was mentioned about the doctors.
No, right. Won't be, will it?
Yeah. Total utter brainwashing from the BBC.
Yep. Building 7's collapsed and still standing.
Yeah, that's just a blatant brainwashing.
The BBC altogether.
They just manipulate the public's opinion. And, you know,
yeah, pay TV lines, I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying that shit.
And just to top it off, they'll put a football tournament on and completely take everybody's mind off her.
Oh yeah, off of the really important issues.
Yeah.
I think I watched a bit of the football game last night. I mean, I couldn't even watch. I got to about the first half and I just turned it off.
Yeah, I watched a bit of last night.
Portugal and Iceland.
Iceland, yeah. I watched it.
I just thought it was fucking crap. Like
I like to watch England when they're on, but I just football's, it's never the same now for me. You know what I mean? It's just.
I remember watching the last one when France won it, and I couldn't be asked anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Just such a distraction for the kids growing up at school.
It is.
Oh, you can be multi-millionaires for just kicking a ball around, and you know, and every single kid I bet just dreams about being a footballer, having all that money, having all them cars. Instead of trying to be happy, instead of trying to make a life for themselves, they're just got their head in the clouds. You know?
I've been watching some stuff on Mike Tyson, like, and it goes on about. But you know, when he were at height of his fame, some of his expenditures.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man! Like £500,000 on animals, you know, on little leopards and this and that, he crashed his Bentley once, and he said to police guys, "Fuck it, you can have it." Only had a bit of damage on the front end, and he's gone, "Hey, you can have it. £2,500 worth of car, you can have the fucker."
That's
you know, just doing dumb things, and now he hasn't hardly got no money. Tyson.
Obviously.
True. Well, I say he did get the
said I come up
a few years ago. And, you know.
He said I was broke growing up. I never knew how to handle money. He said, so I just got it, blew it. That was it. Like, I didn't even care about money.
So why didn't he go back to where he grew up and help the kids? You know?
Because he got trapped in that lifestyle where, look at me, I'm the man, you know, I'm the fucking world champ. I can do anything I want. And he got stitched up as well for that prison shit and that, man. He got stitched up, man.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that made him bitter. That made him bitter as fuck towards the system because they stitched him up, man.
Yeah.
Mike has one of them down to earth as anything, and you know, very friendly. He's a wrestling fan, so I know, but you know, whichever, and you know,
like you know, a guy. He must have had a massive ego to go with his world championship status, etc. And he must have felt untouchable. You know, he must have felt like a god. You know.
Yeah.
Money, you know, it doesn't really buy you happiness, does it? It just makes you more paranoid.
It can buy you misery.
Misery. Check this out, Tom. There's a story that's just been reopened in my area. There's a paper boy called Carl Bridgewater, and in the 80s, he was delivering a paper to a house just up the road from where he lived, and he walked in, and there were 3 or 4 masked men, and they were robbing the antiques from the place. And this Carl Bridgewater saw one of the guys, and this guy put him on the sofa, put his paper bag on his head, and shot him with a shotgun. And he never got done for it, this chap. And he murdered one of these accomplices because he was going to ditch him into the police. And the fucker has written a book and is trying to sell it for 13 quid. To try and make money, and he's just done this TV documentary about it, and he's just blatant.
To doing it.
Yeah, and it's just up the road from me, Yew Tree Farm, and you know his family's still alive and everything.
Wow.
And you're just thinking these people had a shed load of money, they had all these antiques, all these gold and everything, and what did it bring them? It brought them 3 or 4 masked gunmen into their house. You know, completely fucking terrorised, and you know.
Mind you, of a time where in town, last year, I was walking up town, seeing this fucking commotion, and this bloke tried robbing a store, but he had I think he had a gun, it was the fake gun or whatever, but the bloke had a stick, and he whacked him across the hand, so he misbroke his knuckles or hand or something. If you look at North Devon Journal, House Antiques, you might have come across it. So kind of familiar how that story kind of relates, but there's no murder committed, of course. But I mean, the guy owns it. He's 50, 60 years old, whichever. Really, it's not something you don't do, you know. In broad daylight, there was that many people in the high street, you know.
I just whacked him with a stick.
Big whack it, you know, like one of those heavy walk sticks you get, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll Google it now.
In front of everybody, like witnesses and shit.
Barnstable,
Gustin?
Antiques. Rob, I'll find it now. News.
Do you still get your free pizzas, Tom?
No, mate, I ain't seen him for ages, like. Sam.
There it is. It was about a year ago. There was a schoolboy who carried out an armed raid. Benjamin Barney's called. You know.
There's some nasty bastards about him.
Yeah.
Really nasty, evil people about.
Yeah, but you're thinking, right, if someone goes to rob a bank, we automatically think that that person's a nasty person, don't we, because they've robbed a bank. Now, who are they robbing?
No, sorry, he grabbed the baseball bat, smashed his wrist arm.
Nasty bastards.
Certainly breaking his wrist. Sorry.
But you imagine robbing the bank, Tom, and like your mask falling off, and like
I'm just saying, that person's going in to rob the bastards who we hate. The bastards who are controlling our lives, but that poor cunt who goes in to rob the nasty bastards ends up getting called the nasty bastard and dragged off.
Sure. But what I was talking about, like with this Bridgewater guy incident, was just because the paperboy.
Is it called Bridgewater Farm?
No, it's called Yew Tree Farm. Carl Bridgewater was the chap.
Right.
Read down the side chat. The CCTV video footage in there as well.
I can't see the side chat, man.
He basically he whacked him with a baseball bat, certainly breaking his wrist.
Yeah.
He had a gun enough twice, but the owner was a black belt in kendo. He chased him from the shop.
It's like the great train robbers, you know, they didn't really do much harm to anybody.
Yeah.
How long did they get in prison? You know? They could have murdered somebody and got less.
Political prisoners, mate, innit, you know.
Yeah. If you counterfeit money, if you do anything against the crown, fucking hell.
Why, right, is Peter Sutcliffe on the Jim will Fix It show meeting Frank Bruno? And why are they doing
3 years.
Freemasonic handshake?
Fuck's sake.
Why? Why would the fucking British champion or heavyweight champion at world, whatever he was at that time, be going to meet a fucking rapist and a mass serial killer on a kids show? It just don't make sense.
That's disgusting.
Well, it's out there, and they show you photos of him shaking hands. Jimmy Savile's got his cigar looking at handshake, and you can see him doing a Freemasonic handshake, touching his knuckle, man.
Okay.
Bizarre.
Did you see that? There's a thing where Frank Skinner, he was talking about Jimmy Savile, like being a pedo, but like laughing about it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Seen it?
Yeah.
How in your face is that? Also, didn't Monty Python do something about it?
Listen, Jimmy Savile, right, he was an illegitimate child of the royal family. Why do you think his mother were called the Duchess, right? Why could Jimmy Savile just walk into Buckingham Palace with a red tracksuit on, with a big fucking Cuban on go?
Yeah.
Nobody could do that, but Jimmy could.
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy. Hey, Charles.
All right, mate. How you doing?
All right, you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, good to hear it, man. Bless you.
I just can't understand it, you know, how people are so fickle and how easily they forget.
Well, there's plenty to occupy the minds, isn't there? Ian, telly, computer games, you know, all these distractions. There's plenty there for them.
Pathetic.
You know, just sitting down and having a normal convo like this is very fucking obsolete now, because people are on the phone now and interacting on Facebook, or they're interacting, you know, well, I was going to say digitally, that's how we're interacting now, but you know what I mean. These conversations, these old conversations, what you'd have in pub and all that, they're lost. It's all lost now.
Yeah.
You don't get these type of chats anymore, because you're so isolated from the truth, and you're so isolated from like-minded people who've done a little bit of research, who are open to discussing different things to what's on telly, or you know.
If I go up to work or something, and I talk to my mate and I say Obama's gay, and
You're a crackpot.
I get laughed at. I get like, I get completely ridiculed. Then I get talked about.
But then that comes to the thing here, where you haven't got to let that bother you what other people think. You've got to get over that.
No, I just think it's you know, I tried to tell people the evidence of it and that, you know.
Well, what they think is what they think. Leave that to them. That's their problem, not yours. This is what I was saying earlier before you joined. Do not carry other people's problems on your shoulders, because we all do that a lot without realising it. We'll will care about a certain person, and feel all their shit, and we'll not like we know they're going through a shit time, and we'll carry that on our shoulders, and it weighs you down, man.
Yeah.
You've got your own problems without taking other people's problems on board, you know, like.
Sure. It's fine. It's great to mingle with like-minded people, to be able to talk and have sensible discussions. You know,
without getting laughed at.
Yeah, without being ridiculed.
People are ignorant here, and they don't do no research, and they think they can have an opinion, and when they haven't even done no research, and I find that offensive.
Mm.
I spent 4 years looking into so much stuff I've looked into, so I know what I'm trying to tell you is like I've put a lot of time into what I'm trying to get across, you know, and I might have a strong opinion, but at least it's my own opinion, you know what I mean? It's not an opinion what's been given to me.
Sure.
Are you a flat earther, Tom?
I put inside chat, Chaz, a thing what I watched earlier, and it's about this black guy who starts breaking it all down for you, and it's not about is it flat, is it round. He describes we live on a plane.
A plane would be flat.
Well, whatever you want to call it. I try and not say it's flat, because as soon as you say them words, it triggers off fucking, you know, like.
Okay, do you think the Earth is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional shape? Let's try that.
I don't think it's a spinning ball, Charles, like they've tried making out. For simple reason, if it was this spinning ball, then there would be real footage of this spinning ball, like years ago. This should be in the public domain. We'd see the spinning ball, know it were real, job done. But they don't do that.
Well, we do have footage of it.
What, the real globe?
Yes.
Not computer generated?
We have footage of it from... There are cameras attached to the International Space Station right now. You can go and look at a live feed of the Earth from the ISS.
So hey, that sounds a bit like ISIS, doesn't it? Or is that just me? So these space stations are real?
Yeah. Have you not heard the International Space Station?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I've never been, right? But I don't think they're real. But
you don't think they're real?
Chaz, show me some pictures of them building this monumental fucking thing. Let's not forget, putting a space station up there is one of the biggest achievements of mankind. Show me the footage of them putting all parts together and building it in space. Why ain't there no footage? It's a bit iffy.
Can I just say something about the International Space Station? Basically, the structure of it is a metallic structure, apparently.
It melts.
Apparently, the forces and the stress on that station would be immense.
Forces from what?
Well, the sun would melt it, Chaz, because the sun heats up to 2,600 degrees.
Yes, but the only reason why that light produces heat is when it interacts with an object. So, for instance, because of the way the light changes as it passes through our atmosphere is why it creates heat.
Oh, so it's
light doesn't produce heat in a vacuum.
Oh, so there's no heat on that space station?
No, the space is cold. Space isn't hot.
Oh, fair enough. I won't need my fucking woolly jacket when I go up there then. Chaz, getting back to my original question. Why isn't there no pictures of them building this monumental space station? Can you show me some of them?
I've just popped a link in the sidebar, which is a documentary on the building of the International Space Station.
So they have got pictures of them up there building it all and that then?
They've got footage from cameras of it being built. They've got the from the parts being moved and shipped. Remember, where do you want the cameraman to take pictures of the space station from?
Well, I've got one for you. Do you know when this Do you know when they landed on the moon? Because you obviously they landed on the moon as well, didn't they?
Several times, yep.
Right. So when this lunar module is coming down, there's a picture of it coming down to land.
Yeah.
Who took that picture, Chaz?
A drone did.
A drone?
Yep.
Oh.
An
wondered.
unmanned vehicle did.
Oh. And when they're bouncing about on the moon, it looks
Yeah, because it's 1/8 of Earth's gravity.
It looks real, doesn't it?
Well, right. Think about it this way: the reason why you stay fast to the ground is because of Earth's gravitational pull. Yeah, Earth is pulling you towards it, and you are pulling the Earth towards you.
I'm more leaning towards magnetism, not gravity.
What do you mean leaning towards magnetism?
Well, you've got metals in your body.
Yeah.
And them metals.
The magnetic force.
Yeah, keeps you grounded. There's no such thing as gravity. That's just a word to debunk everything that you can't.
No. We've proven gravity. We've proved it very, very recently with the gravity waves. There is such a thing as gravity. It is one of the four forces in the universe: electromagnetism, gravity, the nuclei weak force, the nuclei strong force.
Well, when he dropped that apple that day, Newton, Isaac Newton, I guess he
didn't drop the apple. The apple supposedly fell on his head.
Right, the apple fell on his head, and that cemented gravity forever. So it don't matter, does it? Gravity's real, no matter what we fucking think or say.
Well, gravity works in mathematics. Gravity, the things that you use, work because of how we understand gravity. Things like machines and stuff like that. There is every atom has a force by which pulls it towards another mass. So, for instance, when you're on the Earth, and you jump up, you put a force is exerted on the Earth which pushes it away from you, as well as pushes you away from the Earth. And then the two of them pull back together because the attraction of gravity is constant. What you do is you accelerate a force away from gravity. You did forces at school, right? Do you remember doing the drawing and like the arrows pointing at different directions?
Charles, if I'm honest, brother, all I remember from school was sat under the stage smoking spliffs in fucking, in main fucking hall.
All right, okay. So when a rocket takes off, right? Even if it's just a bottle rocket, what you've got is a force produces thrust, which pushes the bottle rocket upwards, All that is you're generating enough of the force acting one way to counteract the force of gravity, which is constantly acting the other way. So the rocket goes in one direction. It's constantly it's accelerating. Force equals mass times acceleration. So it has a greater acceleration, ergo greater force. What happens to that object is it's then constantly slowed down by the force of gravity, which is constantly acting upon it. A bit like a brake, if you will, and eventually the force that's accelerating that rocket away from the Earth runs out, and therefore it will then start to accelerate back towards the Earth.
So, right, so let's get this straight. So, a rocket goes up to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And how does it get back? Is there a petrol station on the moon?
No, they have sufficient fuel.
Oh.
Because of what the fuel does is the fuel releases a large amount of energy. That energy is used to generate a force, which is thrust. So they use a huge amount of force to escape Earth's gravitational pull, which is how they get to the moon. When they come back from the moon to the Earth, they generate a sufficient amount of thrust to leave the moon's gravity and to push them towards the Earth. And then Earth's gravity, when they get into Earth's gravitational well, pulls them back towards the Earth. It takes more fuel to get to the moon than it does to get to the moon back to Earth.
What about this Van Allen belt then? Does that not count anymore?
Van Allen belt?
The radiation belt that surrounds this planet, which you can't penetrate, you can't get through.
A radiation belt that you cannot penetrate, you can't get through.
It's called the Van Allen radiation belt.
You think there's something that we can't get through, like a firmament?
Yeah, named after the guy who discovered it, Van Allen.
So you're trying to say you think there's actually something that we can't get through. We have several different layers of atmosphere. The van, you think you can't get through. You don't think that people can't leave the Earth.
Why was the bombing up there for 4 years? What were they doing? Operation Fishbowl.
So you think things just ping off? Yeah, if we fire a rocket with enough force up into space, it would just ping off this thing and then come flying straight back down to Earth.
I don't know. I just, all this thing about space and all that, someone's telling me it's not what we think it is.
You say it's not what we think it is.
They've done a time lapse where they show, stars revolve around us. We don't revolve around them. They revolve around us.
No. Us and the stars are both moving through space. We observe the stars to seem to be moving to us, but that's perspective there, Tom. Tom, have you ever been on a roundabout? Like a kid?
Yeah, I know when I'm spinning, yeah. So
now hold on. So when you're spinning on a roundabout and you look at things, it looks like everything is spinning around you.
But I know I'm on that roundabout and I know I'm spinning.
Yes, but you're on a ball and you're spinning. You're spinning at the same speed as the ball. Yeah. When you're on the roundabout, everything looks like it's spinning around you. Yeah.
I feel sick when I'm spinning, and I don't feel sick.
That's because of your body has evolved to be used to the sensation of you spinning. As I say, you're spinning at the... Tom, do you know what inertia is? Tom, do you know what inertia is?
Why do I feel sick when I go on a roundabout, Chaz?
Because you're spinning faster than you spin on the Earth. Because what's going on is your ear is spinning at the same speed of the Earth. It is under inertia.
No, I don't buy that, man.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you buy it or not, Tom. It's a fact. You can choose to believe it or not, but by not believing it, you are wrong.
I'm not believing it. They've told me I live on a spinning ball all my life, so I'm not believing that. You know, it's not because I'm disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with them. NASA lies about everything. Everything's a fucking lie. It's a fucking Hollywood production, man.
NASA lies about everything. So what about stuff that isn't because of NASA? Like, you do know the whole spinning ball thing wasn't invented by NASA. You do know people have been aware that we live on a oblate spheroid since about 4000 BC, before America was even discovered.
Hang about. Say that word again, please.
About oblate spheroid.
So even you're saying we don't live on a ball?
We live on a ballish shaped rock.
Right.
But that's because, Tom, do you know why we live on a ballish shaped rock? Yeah? It's because the force of gravity acts on all sides equally.
How did I know you were going to mention that word?
What, gravity?
Yeah.
Well, because it's important to everything. If you discount gravity,
then
none of this stuff will make sense. The reason why all this stuff makes sense is because we understand gravity.
It's the whole reason
so when our Earth formed, heavy elements sink to the bottom. Do you know why heavy elements sink to the bottom? Tom?
Gravity.
Exactly. And why? Because heavier elements have greater mass. Greater mass means greater gravity.
Kimbo Slice died the other day. What killed him? Was that gravity?
No.
Oh.
Unless he fell.
I thought that might have been gravity as well.
If he fell from a window, then gravity would have killed him. Well, gravity wouldn't have killed him, but gravity would have led up to what killed him.
Right.
Because it would have accelerated him towards the ground.
Hey, with a big old charter and all, so yeah.
There are three laws to what we're talking about. They're the three Newtonian laws. You've got the first one, which is about inertia, yeah? That under an inertial frame reference, a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays at rest until acted upon by an external force. So if you thought about somewhere, Tom, where there was no force, a completely true vacuum, yeah? There was nothing. There was nothing to be acted upon and nothing to be acted upon by, yeah? And you placed a tennis ball in this space, yeah? It would just sit there where you placed it. If you went into this room where there was no force, anywhere you placed that tennis ball, it would stay. If you flicked that tennis ball, it would keep on moving until it met a wall where it would meet something to slow it down, yeah? To an external force. If no external force acts on it, it will stay in motion or it will stay at rest. Now, force is mass times acceleration. We also have equal and and the third one is equal and opposite reaction. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, for instance, if you're standing on the Earth and you throw a tennis ball up into space, what's going on is both you and the Earth are moving away from that tennis ball at the same time as that tennis ball is moving away from you. You don't stay still and that tennis ball go up as you witness it. Technically, you and the Earth also move away from that tennis ball. But because of you are a greater mass, that force does not really overcome your inertia. This is how these things work. Once you actually understand what these laws are saying and how they apply and actually understand what gravity does, then it makes things in the world make sense. It's the reason why a helium balloon floats. It floats much in the same way that a bubble floats in water. The helium has a much lighter density than anything else, so its gravitational attraction to the Earth is much lower, which is why heavier elements are attracted more towards the center of the Earth, which is why to look for super heavy elements, we have to dig deep into the Earth's core, or deep into the Earth's crust.
Can I just play you guys the start of this documentary? It's only about a minute long.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Don't know whether it'll play. But... Hold on.
Right, it's playing.
Yeah, here we go.
The Earth was once the center of the universe. It was flat. Then it was round, and it circled the sun. It was no longer the center of the universe. It was a tiny part of the Milky Way. The Milky Way was the only galaxy. Except it wasn't. It was only one of billions of galaxies floating in space without end. Every single time we think we've got it all figured out, we realize we've nearly found another piece of the picture. It is a big picture. With many pieces. Sir Isaac Newton was the first to state the law of gravity. Eventually, everybody agreed that gravity alone formed galaxies and stars and planets, and that gravity alone holds the universe together. Then we discovered a force 1,000 billion times more powerful than gravity. Believed that the space between the stars and planets was empty, a vacuum. We now know it is teeming with charged particles.
Yeah. Basically, this is talking about the electric universe.
It sounds like it's going to try and go into electromagnetism.
That's it, yeah. And basically, it talks about
one of the four forces.
Yeah. It talks about, do you know the craters on the moon? It says that the craters on the moon that hit.
The creators or craters?
The craters, sorry.
Yeah.
That they were some kind of electrical charge. I'm not too sure how the thinking works, but they created an experiment where it was virtually impossible for meteors to have it's impossible for them to have made the same shapes. Which is quite sort of fascinating. It also really goes on. It talks about
we've seen the shapes that craters make.
It talks about the International Space Station being actually an inflatable, and being like an inflatable object that's going around. It's not actually like a metallic.
It's a few rubber dinghies now, fucking circulate together.
Yeah, it's like a dinghy.
Fucking hell.
It's not actually in space. Yeah, it's quite fascinating.
It's a 6-man tent from fucking Tank World.
It's about an hour and a half long, this documentary. It's quite long.
Do you know you can actually see the International Space Station with the naked eye from Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You can actually go and look at it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was funny.
But apparently it's not actually in space. It's just floating on the very peripheral of the stratosphere, and it's actually an inflatable. That's just going around.
Could be. So we all look at it and go, hey, there's a space station. Taking real pictures of this planet.
Possible, yeah. I mean, I'm not, I'm sure NASA cover a lot of stuff up, but, I think there's a lot of...
They do.
There's a lot of spanners thrown in the works.
Ian Bishaw, because they do cover a fucking hell of a lot of...
Yeah, sure, man. But I think they throw a lot of spanners in the works as well, to deliberately pollute the well water of the knowledge.
Did you ever hear about a few of them dying in a fucking fire in a training exercise?
No, man.
Right, well, a couple of so-called astronauts. And notice the word astronaut.
Yeah, right? What about the word astronaut?
Well, it's basically an astro nothing.
Well, no, it's not the word naught as in nothing. It doesn't have a G-U-H-T, does it? It comes from the Greek word.
Can I just say I'm an astronaut?
Have you ever heard of Jason and the Argonauts?
You tell me this, Chaz.
Yeah, well, it's naught is the same in Argonaut as in people who sailed on the Arga, and astronaut as in people who sail on the Astro. Because funny enough, the reason why it's called Jason and the Argonauts is the ship is called the Argo.
What does naught mean then?
Naught means rider of, person on.
Okay.
You tell me this, right? They're in the so-called space station. There's an astronaut there with his spacesuit on. Now,
it's why we also use the term aquanaut and aeronaut as well.
Hang on a minute, Chaz. They go up to him. They turn a light on his helmet, so this light comes on to show it's been illuminated, right? Now, the presenter, or whoever it is, says, now they must do a pagan ritual to appease the gods, right? So they all go, start doing that, right?
It's
And
where we
then
get the
two
word nautical as
astronauts
well,
like
by the
this.
way.
Two astronauts do that. What
Do
do you think that
astronauts do
means, Chaz?
pagan?
Why are they doing that?
What pagan ritual do you think they're doing?
As above, so below. That's what that means.
Why would they do that for, Tom?
It's a satanic ritual, and then they do the devil horns, and they all go like that. And it's a fucking satanic ritual. What they do? Type it in.
I need to turn my bandwidth up, right? Show me what you're supposed to be doing, because I didn't see you were doing stuff on camera. That's what.
Satanic hand signs. They do that, and then they do that with their arms.
Are there videos of them doing that and shit?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Satanic rituals in space, right? And there's some WWE wrestlers and gimmick or no, this called the Bushwhackers. And when they walk out doing that.
So below, as above, so.
As above, so below. That's what it's doing. It's satanic.
For fuck's sake.
It shows you I'm doing these satanic rituals, man.
As above, so below.
Yeah.
And that would be, if you were saying as above, so below, that would more be what in heaven would be also on earth.
Paintings or sculptures, like George Washington, whatever it is like that. As above, so below. That's what it means.
That sort of reminds me of, like, I remember hearing somebody talking about the English language, and like when we say hello to somebody, we're actually saying hell and low.
We put spells on each other every day. That's why it's called spelling.
And like when we say morning, when we go morning, we're actually like mourning as in mourning somebody's death. But I don't know whether, you know...
No, that's not. These are just words that are pronounced similar but are entirely different. Like, for instance, we had naut, as in, like, nautical, and astronaut, which comes to mean traveller or a voyager. And we have naut, as in N-U-H-G-U-T, N-A-U-G-H-T, which means zero. They are entirely different things.
So why is our language intermingled with like legalese? When we go to a court, we go to a dock, and like when we're born, we're birthed. When we're sort of like in the banking system, we
go through the birth canal.
Like what do you mean? Why is our language intertwined with legalese? Legalese comes from our language. Language is a way of communication.
How can the banks talk about like the currency, and they're the banks, like the river banks, and the currency, the current, the money?
That's because these work right. The English language has words which are derived from Latin, words which are derived from Greek, words which are derived from French, words which are derived from Norman, words which are derived from Germanic tribes. Words which are derived from Vikings, words which are derived from India. So we have a lot of words, like shampoo. You're not actually putting poo on your head, are you? You're not cleaning your hair with feces.
Yes. No, but it is shit what you're using. It's not as good as what they're trying to say it is on bottle. We've got a lot of chemicals what's damaging your hair.
It's not a sham. It's not lies and poo, is it, that you wash your hair with?
Yeah, sure. What about the word liability? When you go to the bank, they check out your liability. Is that how easily you're lied to?
No, that it's not lie and then ability. Liability means that you are liable for something, that you have onus of it. This is the thing why, if you want to do things like this, what you're doing is called false etymolization. You're creating a new origin for words out of nowhere.
But why are they so intermingled with like words which mean the opposite?
Why do they have sounds which sound similar? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, why do they mean the opposite thing? Like liability. You could consider it as how easily you're lied to, or
no, you couldn't.
Your liability and how well you're going to pay the bank back.
No, it isn't. Liability, it just means who is the onus upon. It comes from the 1790s, originally a term in law, condition of being legally liable. And this is LIA, not LIE. That's the thing you have to remember. Things for which someone is liable. That's what liability is. So, for instance, if you and I have a contract, you are of rent. Let's say I'm your landlord. You are liable to me for your rent. Yeah. And if you don't pay, I go to court to get a liability order where the court states that you were beholden to pay me. The onus was on you.
Sure.
And so obviously, if you say don't pay your energy bills, then or you don't pay your council tax, then your energy company or your local council will take you to court to obtain a liability order. This is where they've got a court mandate that you owe the money, that you are actually liable to pay that money.
It just seems that there's a lot of coincidences.
There are a lot of words that sound similar, but it's because of these words come from different languages to mean different things, but they used similar combinations of sounds to create their words. It's like the words mat and bat, yeah, both end in AT, but that doesn't make a mat and a bat the same thing.
Yeah. Cheers for clearing that.
I mean, there are a lot of words which are created as amalgamations. I mean, a recent example is Brexit, yeah, or Bradulina, and a lot of words that come into the use in the English language come from this thing because of things like Latin. You have prefixes and suffixes to change the word, so you have things you can put at the beginning or the end. So you have things like in and un, which mean things like it can't, with and without, for and against, present, unpresent, yeah? And then you have things to go at the end, whether you're talking about the ability of something to do. So when we put able on the end of a word, like accountable, able, and all of these different things that we put at the end of words, which denote certain things, even ing, yeah? Which denote is something happening now, has it happened now? And this all comes from Latin. I mean, have you seen the Monty Python's Life of Brian?
I think I've fleetingly seen it. I've not properly.
There's a very good bit, yeah. If you look up, in fact, I'll find you the clip for you.
Where that police car pulls up.
Yep. Where the guard catches him doing the graffiti,
quality,
and it's about the Latin language. He's trying to write Romans go home, so he's wrote Romanes aiunt domus. Yeah, domus is a word for home. Aiunt is go, and Romanes is Romans. Yeah, but what he's done is the language of Latin doesn't quite work like that. Because of you, and he's pulled up on it by this guard, and it should be Romani ite domani, which is Romans go home, because of its, you're talking about Romans in the plural. You're talking about the go, which is motion towards. It's a command, and you're motioning towards the home yourself.
That's quite good, actually, because I quite enjoy film recommendations. And I hadn't thought about that film for ages, so I'll watch that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this clip, if you understand how the language works, you can then see this is how a lot of our words are created.
Yeah.
Here you are, in the sidebar is the link to that clip.
I think words have magical properties, man.
Oh yeah, especially spelling. The way that you
put in a certain order.
Yeah. The way that you can formulate words,
I always say they come in threes, like 3 times.
For sure.
What magical properties do you think words have?
Well, I think it's properties what we don't understand because we just think language is language and it's there to help us so we can communicate with each other, you know. But
Well, it is. It's
right,
part of the human's higher brain function. Animals communicate with sounds, yeah,
yeah,
grunts
they don't
and
need
things.
words. So why do we need words? You know, like
Well, it's not that they don't need words; it's that they don't have the ability to have a complex language like we do.
I think once upon a time, Chaz, I think we communicated maybe telepathically and not
No, we
vocally.
don't. We didn't communicate telepathically. We still communicate the same way we do now, where it was done on what's called non-verbal communication. Things like body language, things like tone of voice, pitch, um, things like attitude that as you're speaking. It is very little of what we actually care about is words because of most of our evolution. We've communicated through body language, through physical displays, through verbal displays. You know, like sounds like grunts and moans and things. That's all language. Yawning is a form of non-verbal language. And good
Yes.
on you for drinking tiger beer.
You've only wrote a pair of
For a fiver, man.
and body language. I mean, dogs use body language. They use yawning. They use lip smacking.
Yeah.
All kinds of
Showing of teeth.
yeah.
Certain ways that they'll stand to show dominance and aggression. Certain ways that they'll stand to show submission. We communicate on all of this stuff, but it's that this stuff. This is what we call subconscious communication. The parts of your brain, which is your primal brain, is what decodes a lot of this stuff without you knowing. Yeah? Have you ever just had an uneasy feeling about somebody or felt like somebody doesn't like you? They haven't said anything to you, but you've just gotten this feeling that this person has an ill will towards you.
Yeah, intuition.
I get that quite a lot, Chaz.
Yeah, well, this is because everybody gets that. This is your this is part of your brain that you don't actually actively use to think, you're not consciously aware of, but it processes all of the information that you take in, and it disseminates that information to other parts of the brain where you then become more consciously aware of that information. So we didn't use language throughout a large part of our evolution. It's a fairly common thing. And so if you think about it, if you can sort of think that people could discuss things in various different forms of grunt and groan, yeah, like going like some sort of chimpanzee, yeah, the words aren't that much different from grunts and groans. They're just a more complex evolution of grunts and groans. And you know, language changes from people to people, but the way it works is still the same. It's just a combination of sounds that you give what's called an association to. Sure. Yeah. So I could take a child, yeah, and I could label things, yeah, and I could tell them that what we would call a table is called a boogaloo baboogaloo, yeah, and that a chair is called a schnishnow, yeah. They will still sit on a schnishnow, and they will still eat their food at a boogaloo baboogaloo. And when I come into the house, they'll go, "Would you like to sit on the schnishnow and have your dinner at the boogaloo baboogaloo?" It's no different than saying, "Would you like to sit at the chair, sit on that chair and have your dinner at the table?"
Yeah. That's like the old saying: if you say to a kid, "Oh, blue is pink, and yellow is green," or something.
Yeah, if you changed all of the words for the colours, if you just switched them around.
Yeah.
They'd still function as long as they were communicating with somebody who too had those associations. You see, association is a function of our more frontal minds, and that's what language it uses. Association. That's all it is. It's based on association.
I mean, solicitors, they're great with language, but I mean, talking about word spelling, I mean, when you're talking off the cuff, you haven't got time to manipulate what you're saying and manipulate the feeling and the actual emotion of the sentence, because you know you can consider it, you know, for a period of time. You know, you can change it. the way that you can edit a post on Facebook. If you reread it and you think, oh, that bit I don't particularly like, so you can go back and sort of re-edit it. I think that's where the sort of like the word magic comes with spelling. You know?
What you mean written language?
Yeah, it's completely different. You can
All
say,
written language is
so
you.
somebody who types all the time, somebody who types and doesn't type live, can give you an impression of that person being really intelligent and this, that, and the other. You'll speak to them in real life, and they'll be completely different, you know, because they've used that time to, give a false impression through spelling.
They can polish their speech. They can also go and use a thesaurus, is what you're saying. Yeah, but that's just the difference between speaking to somebody live and then written language. Written language is just a way to draw a character, yeah? Just draw a little doodle, yeah? Like if you think about it, doesn't have to be letters like we have an alphabet, but if you think of like old civilizations that had things like runes and cuneiform and things like that, draw a little picture, like for instance, take hieroglyphs, yeah? Like I decided to draw a picture of an eagle, yeah? And I call that the sound th, yeah? And then I draw another little character. Let's say it's of a hand, like a palm, flat, yeah? And I call that theeks. Then I've got futh and theeks, yeah? I can combine those to make them futheeks. That's a word now. Those two characters joined together. That's just how your language is. We have little characters, which we've actually changed this, by the way. The modern day alphabet that you use was invented with the printing press. The character Y used to be called a thistle, yeah, and it pronounced things as a th sounding. So that's why you see the YE in old, ye olde. That wouldn't be pronounced by those people as ye olde. It would have been the, yeah, because of that Y was pronounced with a th sounding. And they remade our alphabet at the start of when the printing press came in, and that's when we ended up with the 26-letter alphabet that we have now. But yes, that the Y was originally called a thistle.
Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah, language is, the tapestry of language. It's really, it's an art form, and I've never really been much of a conversationalist.
Well, I'm rather a cunning linguist.
Some people have the gift of the gab, of course, and they can, they're very good at talking.
Well, I mean, all you need is exposure to language and just to understand base mechanisms. Because what it is we use words for various things. We use a word to label something as a noun, a name for something, yeah? Like cat and dog and chair and table, yeah? And then we have things like verbs, yeah? Which are doing words to describe an action, to name an action, yeah, like running or something like that. And then we have things like adjectives, which are descriptive verbs, and this is where we then go into the words can describe concepts, such as we can have subjective and objective, that we could label, we can name these specific phenomena that we're talking about. And so long as people speak the same code, the same language that you do, then they can obviously understand it.
Sure.
Pardon me.
Well, do you think the English language is overly complicated? Like where, especially with spelling, where you have like...
Well, the written language of English is very, very complicated, but this is because of we have many words that we pronounce which sound the same, like there, and there, yeah? To mean entirely different things. But this is because some words, like some words, as I said, Latin,
or your,
yeah.
your, it's like...
Well, no, your is slightly different, yeah, because of you're saying to the person that I'm talking about, yeah. So you are saying you're as in this belongs to you, and you are as in this concept is belonging to you. Yeah. That's just what's called a contraction. That's where two words have been shortened down to form one word.
Yeah. It's good because, like, when you're typing on Facebook or whatever social media, you get the grammar police and they sort of point you out on it. You know, and it's good that they do because it improves your grasp on spelling. You know, but is it really necessary?
Well, it is, because if you were having a conversation, like I said, in order to have effective communication, the person who you're speaking with needs to speak the same language to you. And you were saying about legalese, yeah? Well, when it comes to laws, and I'm talking about not just the court, I'm talking about common law, and I'm indeed talking more about statute law, yeah? Like here in the UK, when the government passes a law, like, you know, whether you're talking about, say we had the Reformation of Drugs Act, for instance, yeah? Right, of 2016. There are going to be words in there, and then there's going to be definitions for what those words mean. And what that is to ensure that the people who are having the conversation are using similar definitions. This is why when we have debates, for instance, there is a thing called semantics, where people argue over how to define certain words. And for instance, you know how Pluto was downgraded to a dwarf planet? Yeah. This is because they noticed that there's several different types of celestial body, and they need a way of separating certain forms of celestial body, certain categories of them, from the others. And in doing so, what they do is they have to say, well, one, it has to be a planet, it has to orbit a sun, so it has to orbit a star. Step number two is it has to be able to clear its orbit. So it has to be big enough or strong enough to clear debris from its orbit. So if you look, there's no bits of like little rock where we orbit the sun because we've pushed them out the way and destroyed them.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that go into deciding what a planet is, and Pluto didn't fit those criteria. Yeah. So therefore, it wasn't a planet. This is the thing of communication. So when scientist A says to scientist B, planet, if they're not both working off the same definition, then they're talking about two entirely different things, and it leads to cross-purpose talk.
I sometimes find I heard that, in Parliament, when they're trying to pass a new bill, if they can't find the right wording that particular bill, they will go back through the archives, even up until like 1600, 1700, to find that definition of that bill.
Yeah, they'll constantly argue. Like the word Freeman has been. So here's an interesting one for you. The word man, M-A-N, yeah? When we use it in terms of policeman, it doesn't actually mean a male. It means a person.
Yeah, the legal fiction.
So if you talk about Freeman, yeah, it's pronounced as a mon rather than man, yeah? But if you're talking about Freeman, you're not talking about free males. You're talking about free people, people who are not slaves or people who are not beholden to a landowner.
Yeah.
So technically, if you were renting a property under the old laws, you wouldn't actually get the vote until the Reformation Act in 1830, and that's what laws are: is to concrete definitions in society a large amount for the purposes of commerce, trade, and sociological interaction.
I don't really believe in the voting system. I think it's all rigged. I have no faith.
Well, we do a poor version of a voting system, but there are better ways of doing government.
You know, the Scottish referendum, I think that was completely fixed. I think it's the illusion of choice, and you know, whatever you vote for, you're just going to get government. So,
well, yeah, you're always going to have some in some group, yeah, even if you don't have like a ratified authority like a crown or a government, yeah, in any group of people, you're going to get an alpha dominant party that leads the pact.
Yeah.
Somebody who all of the others bow down to. There'll be a supreme power. You know, it's like Dave says to go. We should all go down the pub, and Chris says, "Now we should stay here and play FIFA."
Yeah.
The group stays there and plays FIFA because one is dominant over the other.
And I really think those dominant power are like the Rothschild banking system. The people that own the Bank of England, the Federal Reserve.
Well, one day it was one day supremacy came from military power, and nowadays supremacy comes from financial power, and obviously this creates a landscape. Anyway, I've got to go now because the wife's in. I'll catch you later.
Oh, thanks for talking. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, respect, Chaz. Cheers, much.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one other thing.
Yeah.
You know, we're on a ball Earth. If you solely just counted gravity and took away wind resistance, right? You know, if you fire a cannonball, it will fire out and it will land. Yeah. If you then put more energy behind that ball, it will go further, but then it will land. If you could fire it with enough force, it would actually go all the way around the Earth and then land back at you. The reason why it doesn't is because of wind resistance. The faster you go, the more drag you pick up.
Sure.
Food for thought.
Yeah, definitely, man. Quite a clued up guy, man. Seems to know.
Very wise man, Chaz.
And just listened, you know. I know what you're saying, you know, it's in my head, but it's like, you know, sometimes I'm nuts, so I can't process it.
There's a lot of theories in there, you know. Basically, they're just theories.
Wow, you about the flat Earth thing. Said something made you laugh like anything.
I think he's a little bit misguided with like the spelling things and that.
Yeah.
I think, you know, where it's all mixed up with different countries and things like that. You know, I think it's too coincidental that there's so many words which mean the opposite.
I'll stick to my word, man. They have magical fucking properties, words.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a world we're
cast spells
not talking about. Yeah, we cast spells on each other, man, every fucking day.
Yeah.
But we don't realise it. It's just normal. Language is just normal to us. Just watching football, like. Benny's team's winning if he's from Romania.
Haha.
Yeah.
1-0 up.
It's just strange, isn't it, how the whole world speaks English?
Yeah, and you think, yeah, they've got us, like foreign people, if you're dying then you need to communicate to that foreign person that you're dying, he's not going to understand what you're saying. You're going to be saying, I'm dying, bro, I need help. He's not going to understand that, is it? That's foreign. He's going to be like, qu'est-ce qu'on fucking say? Like, what you fucking mean, motherfucker? You know what I mean? He's not going to know what you're on about, so... That language barrier's there on a purpose as well, I think. Just as...
I mean, in desperation, just naturally somehow speak that language, it's one way or another.
So we can't come together.
I think we've got it in us to...
2 seconds, gimme.
Basics.
What do you want, Russ?
Yeah.
He just left. Fucking prick. Go away.
Was that Rust, man?
Yeah, we don't need people like you in
Ice cube.
we're just chilled out, man, having an alright hangout. We don't need fucking idiots like you.
As useful as a melted ice cube.
And you look like fucking Fred Rose's fucking wife. So fuck off. Yeah, I've scored. Switzerland have scored.
You know, there's a whiskey in there.
Fucking what? Yeah, like I said at the start, to hang out, Russ. Thank you. You know, you fucking idiots, all you wankers who've wronged it, who've lied,
Never wronged you
who've
to stay one.
treated me a certain way. Thank you, because you've made me fucking stronger, you know, and this is my road to recovery. Welcome, man. Thank you. You've made me a better person.
Yeah.
You know, just to be able to sit here, go and hang out with you, smile on my face, have a beer, all's cool. Thank you, man. You've helped me.
You don't need lowlights like that in your life.
Well, people have seen the real you, and I tell you what, you've dug your own grave, man. Like, people have seen you for what you really fucking are, and
Yep.
you haven't painted a very good picture of yourself, bro.
Just a nasty, vindictive wind-up merchant.
And at your age, you know, like, that stuff got left in playground, like we us, you know what I mean? Like, we all moved on from that. You obviously haven't.
Yep.
You're still stuck there, bro.
He's stuck the lack.
You need to read your book.
Thing is, Tom, is that sad? He's got to come on here when everybody don't like you, just to make a fucking statement. I mean, can't he like find a hobby or something, or like a
Told him take up darts. You know what I mean? That's something to do. That's something good.
I've
Take
got a
up
hobby.
darts.
Transfer VHS to DVD.
yeah, it's just fucking sad, isn't it? Really?
Yep. Drinking
Well,
beer all day.
If your hobby, yeah, and you get off on trying to make other people feel shit, if that's your hobby and you feel good with that, then there's something wrong with you know?
Yep. We'll drink beer all day. That.
If I can make someone feel a bit better about themselves, man, then that's my intention. So, I don't understand people like you, man.
Who's you, but who are we?
It's not my thing, you know?
It's not my thing either.
And for somebody to swear on the child's life and then the grandkid's life, it just made me feel sick. I just thought, what has this fucking world come to when a grown man would do that?
They're all fucking nuts.
It just goes to show that words are empty and people speak these empty words every day and they mean fuck all. Some people's word is worth fuck all, you know, it's worthless. It means nothing. And if you're not good for your word, you're not good for fuck all, man. People just speak shit, chat shit day in, day out. They tell you what you want to hear. They haven't got fucking guts to stand up and be fucking truthful.
We got more guts than he will ever have.
Fucking hell, I'm more of a man than half of these motherfuckers fucking glued together. Cowards, man. World full of cowards.
Chicken shits.
Have you spoke to Paula recently, Tom?
No, she only ever comments. I've never spoke to her. She just comments on my thing.
No, I mean Paul Fadey Poo.
Oh no. I spoke to him for a long time, and he's a good kid. I've said this before.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the guy.
My internet connection's rubbish.
Nah, it's been alright, man. Should have washed my bedding, it's turned out alright. I need to wash the fucker, man. I like fresh bedding. Can't beat it.
You off on your holiday, Tom?
No, I won't be going
You off
far.
on any holidays soon?
No, man. Only if I die. Only holiday I'll be having, man, you know. It's a crematorium.
Hold on a minute.
Only holiday I'll be fucking having soon, I think. I'm looking for work here, and you know, I'm working with this woman at this place, like, and we're trying to, like, get me into work, man. That's what I need to do. Like I say, I'm trying to get to work at a leisure centre.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Yeah.
Can you? Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. My internet connection is really terrible. Keeps dropping out.
Yeah, man.
Fucking shit, man. You were saying something about you were working next week?
No. What I'm saying is I'm trying to look at what I can get into, something what I'll enjoy. So there's like a sports centre around the corner from me. I wouldn't mind working there if I could. There's like a gym there, there's saunas, there's a pool, there's all sorts. So I've been on about maybe going in for my lifeguard thing.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And plus, I'm going to pay for my CS card. You need that to be a fence labourer or anything.
Yeah.
And then I know I can get work fencing, like helping a friend fencing, so I can do that.
That's hard graft, that is, Tom.
I know, yeah.
I've done a bit of fencing.
I've done it.
Digging out them fucking posts.
I've done
You know,
it.
and they've got to be like fucking 4 foot deep.
But do you know
you
what?
gotta make the compo, and you gotta fucking
you good.
The fucking hard days graft.
It does you good, man. You know what I mean? That's strong, man, and it's something what I need.
Yeah. Tell you what you should get into, Dom. Go to college and do a plumbing certificate.
Well, yeah.
Get into or something like tiling or plastering. When you're like site working.
The tiling's not that hard.
Tiling, especially tiling's easy, man. Easy profession to pick up.
Yeah, it'd be handy, like. Oh, so I'm trying to just get these things under my fucking belt, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, my mate does bathrooms.
yeah.
You there, Tom?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my mate does bathrooms, and in a bathroom there's about 9 trades, man. You know, and he does them all, like, and he does them the bollocks as well. And there's some serious fucking money in it, man. You know, you gotta get yourself a van, get yourself a mobile. Those people crying out for like apprentices and that.
It's just uphill in before I start, so I'm banned anyway, so I need to put in provisional again and all that, and it's uphill before I fucking start, you know?
Sure.
I'll get there, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's useful when you've got a van, because you can go around picking up stuff from the merchant and that. But like, if you just wanted a bit of transport, just get a cheap little motorbike.
Yeah. Two seconds. fucking woman, man, round here. She's one of the nosiest people you could ever meet in your fucking life. Like, it's bin day tomorrow, right? So she's already put my bin out for me. So I've just been out to bin to put a bin bag in. I've opened bin lid, put my bag in. I've heard her door go. I've looked round. She's opened the door and she's going. And I went. And walked back in. I thought, fucking hell, she's spying on people.
Obsessed with bin.
I ran a bin run. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, but what happened to your license then, Tom? Did they take your full license off you?
You're just a fucking nosy bastard, I'll tell you.
I'm not a nosy bastard.
He's like a neighbourhood watch, fucking snitch.
I know.
Right, I'll be back in a few hours. I've got to nip out for a bit. By about 10:30, you still landing, Tom, or what are you doing?
I don't know, give it, man. I'll be off soon, son. You know, I'm going to watch football and
I'm
chill
quiet.
out.
I'm back here, so I'm just keep them quiet, listening and chilling, you know?
Yeah. Take it easy.
I just wanted to do an hangout, like, you know, it's the road to recovery, man, and Tom's still fucking...
Kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah, man, I'm still on these rails, and I just want people to know, you know, and...
Yeah, I'm happy.
They're not getting me down, fuck them.
Nope. You can knock them down. You can knock them down before the other.
I'll be off soon, man. I'll be off in San soon, so...
That's cool. If you're back later on, I'll talk then. If not, you know, I'm glad you're back on Facebook anyhow, you know?
Yeah, I don't use it much like it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
funky, take it easy, bud. See you later, Tom.
Okay, give it. Yeah, man. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, he sounded, didn't he, Gary, man?
Yeah, he's a cool guy, yeah. Nice guy, you know.
Yeah. You just have to listen to him, like, carefully, what he says.
Yeah, that's all it is. People don't give him a chance, you know.
I was talking to him the other night when you'd finished the hangout. It was just me and him talking. And we were talking about how Fizz was calling him Forrest gimmick or whatever, and how, like, it's just him projecting it on himself, and how, like, you know, it's just, you know, he's sound, man. He's sound.
Yeah, he's gone out of gold, you know. He's, like I say, he's just a bit misunderstood, man.
Yeah.
He's gone out of gold.
Yeah, definitely.
He's an easy target at the end of the day, innit? Do you know what I mean? He's a fucking easy target for these people, so...
Yeah.
They're always going to pick on the easy fucking target, you know, so...
Yeah, it's just... I remember with the first...
That makes them...
Yeah.
That makes them a man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that fucking... don't even want to mention...
Ignorance. It's just ignorance, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean...
You know, you don't pick on your own people.
I've got a mate in my village, and he's got a learning disability. And, I consider him as being one of the best people in the village. He's the most genuine, warmest, friendliest chap in the whole of the village, you know? And I sort of... And people sort of tell him not to hang about with me and that and stuff, you know, and they say, oh, stay away from him and that, you know. And fucking... Nah.
Don't listen to other people, you know, it's fuck all to do with them, is it?
Yeah, it just drags you down, doesn't it, to their kind of fucking mentality.
Of course it does. Yeah. You know, like, if you get upset or whatever, you can't blame anyone else for the reason why you're upset. Like, you're in charge of your emotions, so no matter what happens in your day, it's you. Ultimately, it's you who makes you upset. Nobody else.
No,
Something
make you upset.
something might cause you to feel a bit pissed off, but ultimately you're in charge.
But someone can say something to you, they
Something can happen, and
they can look at you like like
it's so and so's fault. No, it's not so and so's fault. It's your own fault because you're in charge of your emotions.
yeah.
You know, it's always our own fucking fault, man.
Yeah, right. We've been conditioned that way. No.
I'm gonna finish this hangout soon, Ian. But
No, cheers for.
I don't even think you're on my Facebook, Ian. I've only just gone back on it. Like I haven't been on for a bit.
Okay, Tom Arthur, yeah, on Facebook.
Thomas. It's called Thomas Arthur. They said your real name in Tom, so I put Thomas.
Yeah.
My real name's fucking Stuart, so fuck knows. But yeah, I'm Thomas Arthur on there at the minute.
I'd be honoured to be your friend.
You'll see me anyway. There's a picture of me with a flat cap on, cuddling my granddad. Like he's dead now, bless him. But and he looks pissed off. You can see on photo he looks proper. His skin colour and everything. I think a week later he died after that. So, but you can see he looks poorly, like really poorly, bless him. But
yeah, my nan.
Yeah.
Broke my heart. Tom, I used to nick money off, off my nan, like, when I was a kid.
He's fucking honest, yeah.
And I was ashamed of that for so long, like, and I punished myself for it, still haven't really got over it. And that was like when I was like 16. 15, 16.
Some people wouldn't ever have a second thought about what they've done in this life. At least you have the moral conscience to stop and think, you know what, I will come there. At least you've admitted that to yourself. You can't beat yourself up for everything, can you? So
yeah, but like you mentioning your granddad and that, and it reminds me of my family and that, and fucking.
At the end of the day, you have to have a word with your Senate mirror. You have to say, right, you did wrong at that particular time, but hey, you fucking changed it round. You know what I mean? You're not who you used to be. As long as you're trying to make that tiny bit of progress every day, you know what I mean? Step by step, you make that little bit of progress. Then it's better than
sure.
It's better than not.
Sure.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Just fucking tiny little goals, innit? Like. And slowly you get there, man. You get there, and it's never about what other people think, or it's never about. The answers are within you.
Yeah, your moral compass is inside you, innit?
It's not out there. You're not going to find it out there. Happiness or whatever. It's inside.
Oh yeah.
Everything you need is inside. Like.
Yeah.
We think we need this external source to make us happy. No, you don't.
Yeah.
If all that external source will make you unhappy. Because something what can make you happy can make you sad. So you can't rely on an external source for your happiness, etc. It's.
Oh yeah.
It's got to come from within you.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got so much to be blessed for, man. Getting up.
Just waking up.
Yeah. A new day, fucking going off into the countryside, into going. Oh, cheers, Tom, mate. I'll let you get off, mate. And
no problem, man. It's been a decent hangout as always, So
yeah.
Next time I'm on, I'll invite you in. Not a problem.
Nice one, mate. Cheers, Tom. You stay safe.
Yeah, respect, man.
Yeah, bless you, man.
Take care, yeah. Don't worry about, like I said, if you have a couple of fucking volumes, so fucking what?
Yeah, I just felt I let myself down a bit, like, just felt.
I've had a few myself today, and what?
Yeah. I'll stop it again. Fucking.
I feel chilled. Fuck it.
Yeah. Cheers, Tom. Nice one, mate.
Love you, bro. Take care, yeah?
See you in a bit, man.
Alright, mate. Bye. Cheers, viewers. That's it. Over and out. AKA Tom R. AKA the real man. AKA not a grandma. AKA not a coward. AKA the realist, man. Always keep it real. Always keep it 100. You know, no matter what. Don't let people knock you off course. Don't let people make you have to tell lies. You don't lie for nobody. You just be yourself. You know, you fucking say it as it is. You don't have to remember fuck all. If people are fucking up to no good and up to the neck in shit, that's their problem. You know, let them carry that on their shoulders. You know, peace and love, everybody. You know, just keep being positive. You know, just keep on that right track, man. Don't ever look back. Respect to everyone. Thank you. That's it. I'll see you soon, man. God bless.